Shout out to LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Include the LTTV in the building, man.
Shout out to the LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Nobody's LT, and I'm certainly not implying that.
Shout out to LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Include the LTTV in the building, man.
Shout out to the LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Nobody's LT, and I'm certainly not implying that.
LT cooking your ass. LTTV, whatever his channel name is called. I'm sorry for being the dusty. How about that?
If y'all want to keep up with the news and this shit be going on, subscribe to LTTV. That nigga know everything about everything. I ain't gonna lie.
I called Vlad and said, look, I feel like I want a little bit of bump in pay because I know my value.
Now, it's my fault he can't get acting gigs. It's not because maybe he's not a great actor or maybe he hasn't done a major movie in 30 years.
Well, if I'm getting $25K from Vlad, and now I ask for 35.
Look at these people. They say they come only for me, and you need to up my salary. And if you don't, then maybe we're done. My staff would always complain that Aries was disrespectful to them, right? You see his towel on his leg sometimes because, he sweats a lot because he's kind of overweight.
Or go sit down for an hour and a half and walk away with 5 figures. No, I agree. I'm gonna make the money and I get to check them.
And I let him run with this story, but that was a lie.
Oh, man.
He was not getting 5 digits. At one point, Aries was complaining because he needed a makeup artist. I mean, literally the only person I've ever interviewed that needs a makeup artist every interview. And I said, I am done with this motherfucker forever. Fuck Aries Spears.
Bring your ass. Have me on. Don't be a coward, Dussy.
He thinks that these stupid-ass comments justify his position. So I said, yo, I'm fucking done. Fuck him. He's not welcome to the platform anymore. I don't give a fuck.
No more makeup?
Yeah, no more makeup.
Yo.
Yeah, LTTV, Blunt Talk with LT, back at it with another video. All right, so chat, Aries Spears is a goddamn fool. Aries Spears is an idiot. So we're about to get into the video that Vlad deleted. Vlad went off for about an hour in this video, and then he deleted the video, but just about 45, maybe 50 minutes ago, he re-uploaded the video. So I don't know if he edited something out. I don't know if he was using too much profanity in the video where he made some edits. I didn't get to see the difference. I was trying to look over the differences in the video. I have the original video we're about to react to. But before we get into that, there's a reason why I made the preview long. So if y'all haven't seen the original video, you have like some sort of clue of what's going on. and what Aries Spears is about to react to. So Vlad already banned Aries Spears off the platform. He fired him. He's like, we don't need you, sir. You're creating problems. You're coming out here telling people how much you're getting paid and you're requesting more and you're getting disrespectful. He just got rid of him. He didn't need him. Aries Spears pretty much is, in this response, is requesting some sort of challenge, and he wants to be brought back on Vlad after complaining about not being paid enough. This is ridiculous. We'll get into this and we'll do a whole breakdown. This is filthy work. He's going outside. Everybody's cooking him right now.
What up, it's your boy Aries Spears here. Listen, man, I said I wasn't going to address this because I didn't feel like I really needed to. But I'm going to address it because the warrior-like spirit in me that's an Aries, because that's my zodiac, is fighting it. But I'm going to try to be a gentleman about it as much as I can. Apparently, Vlad decided to do an interview where he's taking shots at me and throwing me under the bus. And let me just say for the record, Vlad, you are a coward, a narcissist, and a hypocrite. Because I didn't even really watch the whole video, because what turned me off immediately was he started out by saying, we not friends. You said to me in my face on multiple occasions that we are friends. But now all of a sudden, because I asked you for a bump in pay and that pissed you off, we're not friends. So which is it? Tell the truth. And let me give you all a little bit of backstory. So basically I called Vlad and said, look, I feel like I want a little bit of bump in pay because I know my value.
Now, keep in mind, what he's about to reference is the most, you know what?
You once had Lord Jamar, Godfrey, Tony Yayo, Boozy, and me, all of which many times people said were your best guess. Who's the only one left? Me. Godfrey left, Jamar left, Yayo left, and Boozy left. Said were your best guess. Who's the only one left? Me. Godfrey left.
Godfrey did leave. Godfrey left before anyone was getting paid. When Godfrey was standing on business, when Vlad fucked up. Vlad issued an apology five years later, but Vlad fucked up. Then he even admitted to fucking up. So we're not even gonna get into that. But Godfrey left for standing on business because of what Vlad said about the minister, or misquoting the minister. Now, that was before anyone got paid, so it was over principle. These motherfuckers are all now leaving over pay and talking about, oh, he's a culture vulture, preying on the black community, all sorts of bullshit that Aries Spears goes in on or speaks on. Oh. Fucking up already. What the hell's going on with me? It's like you folks are getting paid. There is a value exchange here. You guys are getting paid for your services. I don't want to hear anybody bitching about anything. And then coming out to the public crying for some more money because Boozy spoke about his money and wanted more. This is all ridiculous. Everybody told Boozy he was wrong. Boozy was slashing out on the fans talking about, oh, you guys chose Vlad over me. And it's like, no, they chose right over wrong, nigga. The math ain't mathin', bruh. Y'all ain't making sense with your requests. So he's going outside. Let me continue this before I go on the diatribe.
Jamar left. Yayo left.
Jamar came back. He came crawling back. He did 2 interviews. We haven't seen him yet, or after the 2 interviews. I don't think he's... Vlad says he's coming back. Someone said, is the volume okay? Is the volume okay? Lee, you're watching. You're asking the question, is the volume okay? Whatever. Jamar came back, but he hasn't been booked. He did the 2 interviews, and I don't think they did much views, and he hasn't been booked. But he's back. He hasn't left. Boozy. Let me continue this list.
Many times people said, we're your best guess. Who's the only one left? Me. Godfrey left. Jamar left. Yayo left.
Yayo interview just dropped today.
And Boozy left. I'm the last one standing. And when people go, yo, I watched the show because of you. Yo, I subscribe to his channel. The moment your interview's over, I unsubscribe. There's value in that.
Sir, do you realize how idiotic of a statement that is? There is no value in some dusty-ass, wishy-washy subscriber that says stuff like that. He only subscribes when you're there and then unsubscribes when you're not there. There is no value to Vlad in that subscriber, and that's just a dumbass commenter saying whatever he's saying. That's not leveraging a situation. You should have pulled up the numbers. You should have been like, listen, last time I got paid 4K and my numbers were this. Now I request more because look, my performance doubled in the views. You should probably got more revenue there. So that you should try to base it on something like that, something more business. But you're talking about some random commenters. You look idiotic. Like, what are we doing out here?
So you're mad at me because I'm recognizing my worth? And I told you I wanted to be fair. I wasn't even saying pay me what you pay Boozy, because I get it. From a numbers business standpoint, I get it. I'm just asking you to be a little bit fair. And now here's the thing. Again, you're a liar, you're a coward, and you're a hypocrite. Because what you do is you want to be seen so badly instead of just doing what you do best, which is stay behind the camera. 2 times you asked to come to my shows. One, I forget where it was in LA. I think it was Oxnard or Brea or whatever. And then the other one at the Nova Theater. Both times I gave you free tickets. And you said to me both times, yo, shout me out, shout me out. Why is that? Because it's so important for you to have the attention on yourself. And I didn't shout you out because I knew that. That was my moment. That was my time. When I'm on your show, it's both our times. So there's that.
If he actually asked him to shout him out, that's a little weird. You're at a comedy show. Why are you asking to be shouted out on stage? That's a bit bizarre, but I don't know if that is the truth. But
then here's the other thing. You went and talked shit about my podcast partner, Andy Steinberg, who you befriended. Both times you came to my show. Now all of a sudden, you talking shit about him? Make that make sense. And let's get another thing straight. 9 times out of 10, when you want to boost your numbers, who do you always go to? The black community. So whether you are using us to help your platform, and I'll be real.
Get dude off the screen.
oh,
Get dude off the screen, man. Who the fuck is that, nigga?
like, what is this nigga talking about? Using the black community? You niggas is getting paid. That bullshit is out the window now. Most platforms that interview folks, they ain't paying folks a dime. Certain folks request money every time because that's how they get their value out of their internet presence, because they don't monetize their own platform because they can't. They're dusting it up like Charleston White. So he's always going on other people's platforms and charging a standard rate. But for the most part, most interviews, they do this shit for free. They frame it as promo for you and marketing for you. You guys are getting paid. That shit is out the motherfucking window now. You guys can't be... When it was boycott and stand on business with Godfrey and Jamar at the time and the rest of the folks that were boycotting it, y'all were still there. So now it's about some money and you're talking about Vlad is going to the black community for views, and then it's like, bro, we don't want to hear that shit at all, man. Stop it.
We help each other. And I've said that. Who do you always go to? The black community. So whether you are using us to help your platform, and I'll be real, we help each other. And I've said that. I've never disrespected you. I've never talked crazy about you. I just simply said I want my worth. But you use the black community when you need us, and you play the black card when you in some black dussy. And when I say dussy, I don't mean the word dussy. I mean a word that starts with P that rhymes with dussy. Because that's who you are, gadget. And when I say gadget, I'm not talking about the word gadget. I'm talking about a word that starts with F that rhymes with gadget. You understand what I'm saying? You gadget dussy? And I'll do you one better. I'll come on your show one more time for...
Weirdo. Get dude off the screen. Get dude off the screen, man.
What is he talking about? He'll come on the show one more time for free after he just dragged you, cooked you, told you about yourself in so many different ways, exposed everything. We're about to get into that if y'all haven't seen the live stream that or the interview that Vlad did speaking on him. What are we doing out here? You're just begging, bruh. You're just begging. First it was you won't respond to his messages. You wanted more money to do his show based on whatever the hell jealousy of Boozy's money because you just got a raise. Speaking about comments and commenters talking about, oh, you're so great, they only watch you on Vlad, but yet they don't watch your podcast, which you promote every episode on Vlad. I do more numbers than that goddamn podcast. What are we talking about? He's dusting it up. Man, come on, man. The interviews that he does with Vlad is what makes their combination great. He doesn't invest into his own podcast, so the production's ass. And then his partner doesn't really bring much to the table. This is beg. What are you doing, bro? You're begging.
I'm talking about a word that starts with F that rhymes with gadget. You understand what I'm saying? You gadget dussy? And I'll do you one better. I'll come on your show one more time for free. You ain't gotta pay me shit.
Nigga, you gotta go.
The fuck is wrong with you?
That rhymes with gadget. You understand what I'm saying? You gadget dussy? And I'll do you one better. I'll come on your show one more time for free. You ain't gotta pay me shit. And we could talk about it right then and there so we could get the truth. Because there's 3 sides to the truth. Your story, my story, and the truth. So don't be a coward. Bring me back and let's go through it. And I'll take a page out of Cannabis's book, Second Round Knockout against LL. We could get it live in front of the cameras on your own sitcom. I'll let you kick a verse. Fuck it, I'll let you kick them all. I'll even wait for the studio audience to applaud. Now watch me rip the tat from your arm. Stick you for your Vanguard award in front of your mother first, second, and third born. Have me get on the horn, call Minister Farrakhan, so he could persuade me to squash it. I say, now fuck that. He started it. He forgot what a hardcore artist is. You want to talk shit about me? The one of the best shit talkers in the game?
Bro, come on. At least spit your own lyrics if you're gonna do all that. Like, come on, man.
Bring your ass, nigga. Bring your ass. Have me on. Don't be
Stick together. Pause.
a coward, dussy. Don't be a coward shit about me. The one of the best shit talkers in the game. Bring your ass, nigga. Bring your ass. Have me on. Don't be a coward, dussy. Don't be a coward, gadget. Let's get it on. Because you Russian, I'll do like Drago. If he dies, he dies.
Vlad, what is going on? Is the building burning? We have Boosie. He looked like, that's some tumultuous situation. Now, Aries Spears. Vlad, what's going on with you and the people that you have worked with for years on Vlad TV?
Yeah.
You're not paying these guys enough, man. What's going on?
Yeah, well, once again, similar to the Boosie situation, with the Aries Spears situation, I was going to keep quiet about this. But Aries decided to drop a video about it, so I'm going to go ahead and tell the whole story.
Why do you think?
What do you mean?
Why do you think it's public?
I don't know, man. People want to make things public. People want to take, personal business conversations and make them public. And I've learned over time, it's better to address it head on as opposed to letting someone else run with the narrative. I learned that from you, actually.
Well, I like how the fact that I think you're the only one properly monetizing the response. So, you know what I mean? But go ahead. What's going on?
I think it's crazy that Vlad learned it from academics when we're all in the media. Media, we're supposed to control the narrative. You don't let something be spoken about you while you're in the media where you control the narrative and control the framing, and you're just going to let that go. That's why Stephen A. Smith is always trying to have last word with anybody that speaks on his name. And he's like, you're not going to outspeak me because he's the media. He's big media. He does all the shows on ESPN. He has his own show. He's going to speak the most. He's going to control the narrative and the framing. That's why people still think Jordan's the GOAT. Because all the Jordan media and these frauds just spitting absolute fraudulence. And it's like, come on, man. It's obvious at this point, bruh. All right, let's get back into this.
With Aries Spears, I seen the Boosie situation. I want to update on that as well. His interview is out. Mm-hmm. Give me the update on the latest in the Vlad TV financial office.
Okay, so with Aries Spears, we started doing interviews around 2016. And I thought Aries was extremely funny. He was witty. He had great impressions. And I just thought he was a talented dude. So we started doing interviews. And in the beginning, it was a little bit slow. And over time, it started to work out. The views went up, people got to know us, and the audience started to increase. Now, the thing about Aries, though, is that Aries would always have issues with things that are going on. So at one point—
Business-wise or just culturally?
Business-wise.
Okay.
Aries Spears, yeah, this is academics interviewing him. Aries Spears be getting on his show thinking he's defending the black community. Meanwhile, Vlad speaks higher of our community than Aries Spears because he's always throwing niggas under the bus, talking about black folks don't invest, black folks don't do this, black folks are financially illiterate. He speaks down on the black community all the time, and he thinks that he's on Vlad protecting or defending the black community. I'm like, nigga, do you hear yourself? Well, let's get back into this.
Business-wise. So a few years ago, Aries called me and he was like, yo, man, I can't get any acting gigs because of these clips of me talking about people. Now, it's my fault he can't get acting gigs. It's not because maybe he's not a great actor or maybe he hasn't done a major movie in 30 years since Jerry Maguire. It's my fault that he's not getting acting gigs. So I said, I'm not removing anything. You know, he wanted all the clips removed. I said, I'm not gonna remove anything.
What year was this?
Oh man, maybe about 4 years ago or so, something like that. And you know, at one point, you know, he stopped talking to me, stopped working. Then at one point he came back and we started doing more work together. My staff would always complain that Aries was disrespectful to them.
Really?
He would show up. At one point, he forgot his towel, right? You see his towel on his leg sometimes because, you know, he sweats a lot because he's kind of overweight. And he forgot his towel. And he's like, yo, I need a towel. And Leo, my video manager, is like, well, here's some paper towels. Like, no, I need a cloth towel. So he made Leo go and run to the store and bring him back a cloth towel. At one point, Aries was complaining because he needed a makeup artist. I mean, literally the only person I've ever interviewed that needs a makeup artist every interview.
I mean,
every interview, but I'm like, that's cool.
Wait, he needs a makeup artist every interview?
Every interview.
Now, how is he the only person that needs a makeup artist? This guy interviews women too. I guess they come prepared and shit. This man requests a makeup artist. It's funny because I was watching an interview with my woman and she pointed it out. She's like, this nigga has foundation. And I'm like, what? And she's like, he's wearing foundation. I'm like, wow, this nigga's he's on Vlad TV he's on Vlad TV with makeup like he's on national television. Like, you know, on ESPN and all these these shows, they get powdered up and shit because the cameras, the lighting's different. You're on the internet, you're doing the most, bruh. You're doing the most.
Oh.
Every interview. So there's a makeup artist, shout out to my girl Candace, who comes early to do his makeup, and then he does the show. And I'm like, that's fine, I'll cover the cost. It is what it is. So the show continues, we're doing our thing, and you know, I like the back and forth that me and him have. And the thing about Aries is that he lives 10 minutes away from my LA studio. And unlike some of the, like my more successful comedians, like a TK Kirkland or a D.L. Hughley, he's not on tour as much. He's available more often, so a lot of times when I shoot, he's available. I'll hit him up a couple of days before, yo, a free Tuesday? Yeah, I'm free, and we do it. So
it's like
he's
the
just on a lot.
chick at 4 o'clock always answers.
Yeah, it's convenient for me, it's convenient for him, it all works out. He's 10 minutes away. He shows up, he gets his makeup done, you know, he gets to go out that night wearing makeup. Everyone wins.
All right, so let me ask 2 questions.
Yo, these are all sneak dishes. He gets to go out wearing makeup, like, bro.
He's 10 minutes away. He shows up, he gets his makeup done, you know, he gets to go out that night wearing makeup. Everyone wins.
All right, so let me ask 2 questions while I interject here.
Yeah.
Number 1, and this applies to Boosie and Aries Spears, as you talk about these fallouts. We've never heard about these fallouts. We just see you guys on camera. Are you guys friends?
No, it's really more of a business situation.
Okay.
With me and Aries. We're friendly with each other, but we never really get on the phone and we talk. Like, for example, like a Michael Jai White, that's my friend. We talk a lot. Willie D, that's my friend. We talk a lot. TK Kirkland, that's my man. We talk all the time. I go with him, you know, to people like this, and we talk about our problems and issues and so forth. And, you know, these are people I respect. But me and Aries are really just business. We show up.
It seems like business. Aries was crying, talking about, oh, yeah, you said we were friends. I don't know if Vlad ever said they were friends on camera. Maybe Vlad is lying and being two-faced. Who knows? But it seems like business. The way Aries speaks about Vlad, he's very disrespectful. He's always calling him a narcissist. He's saying he's always using the black community. He's using stuff that Vlad had to fight against for a majority of his career when he was listed or labeled as a culture vulture, and for good reason at times because of some of the stuff he did and the lack of respect he had for the black community in the past. It seems like he's kind of changed somewhat, elevated somewhat, but in the past he had a lot of dusty moments and a lot of dusty shit, so people called him out and held him accountable. So he had to fight against certain narratives, and then Aries Spears contributes to that narrative while claiming he's his friend. So it doesn't seem like he's a friend, it's more of a business partnership.
And that's that. Now, over time, his appearance fees were going up, right? Because the views were going up. And maybe about a year and a half ago, his videos, his clips started to go super viral on TikTok. There was these videos that me and him did together that they put these boing sounds behind, and like literally, I think hundreds of millions of views start happening on TikTok.
Yeah, it became a great little template right there. I think one of the ones is like where you said some extremely gay stuff.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
The whole gay thing became
He
viral.
had a good reaction. Yeah.
I've always been straight.
But watching gay doesn't make you want to do gay shit.
Right. But I've never watched gay. I've scrolled past.
Why would you say right then? Why would you say right when he said that? What the
He had a good
Viral.
reaction. Yeah.
I've always been straight.
But watching gay doesn't make you want to do gay shit.
Right. But I've never watched gay. I've scrolled past gay thumbnails.
That whole thing. And look, I like to put myself out there like that and let them, kind of talk shit and everything because it creates good content.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really have an ego when it comes to this thing. And even all the issues he had, I'm like, fuck it, whatever. We can get over that. He needs a makeup artist. I'll get a makeup artist. He forgets his towel, fine, we'll get him a towel. Whatever, right? So at that point, the views start going up. Now, keep in mind, I don't benefit from this. These are not my TikTok channels. These are other people's accounts.
Still promotion.
It's still promotion, but he's getting promoted more than me because here's the thing, right? And I swear to God on this. I swear that this is the absolute truth. Out of everyone that I've ever had on my show, like in terms of regular guests, I have seen Aries benefit the most. Because he went in the beginning from doing small comedy clubs to when our stuff started going viral and it started getting, big on TikTok and so forth, things just absolutely took off for him.
Now, Vlad dropped a clip, part 13 of their last interview today. After they fell out, Vlad still had parts and clips from the last interview that Aries Spears done because he's on his platform so often. He dropped a clip of Aries pretty much confirming everything that Vlad is saying right now in this interview. And then he was speaking about people making bad business decisions, and then we're witnessing him make all the bad business decisions he spoke about in the interview. It is just hilarious because the irony is ridiculous. But we'll get into that after as well.
He got his, and he talked about this on camera, the biggest show he's ever been paid for, Saudi Arabia.
Was this the most money you ever made off a single show?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was it more than twice you've ever made for a single show?
We're going to stop at the first question.
He did his biggest venue ever. He was doing clubs of maybe 100, 200 people. He did a show in Connecticut with 3,000 people. He did a show in LA at the Novo Theater that I went to support. That was 1,400 people. He's doing the best he's ever done, and I was super, super happy for him.
Okay, and I think this is where there is probably, I noticed it in his clip, he says Vlad has an ego.
He's such a narcissist.
Dude, at the end.
Mm-hmm. And I was also listening to Boosie as Boosie was speaking as well about you. Do you feel like maybe they are also looking at it in the reverse way to say they're pretty thankful for the platform, but you're taking too much credit for their success, right?
But
Boosie has 20 years in music. You have Aries Spears. I'm not too sure about his comedy career.
That's the fucked up thing about the clip that Vlad just dropped today, part 13, Aries Spears. Aries Spears pretty much credited Vlad for saying his interviews is what has him known in Europe and doing all these shows, and he named all these European countries that he's booked in. So I look at that and I'm like, damn, man, Aries Spears, you wrote yourself in a corner, man.
But I'm pretty sure
That's
he's
40 years of comedy
exactly.
or something.
So
But since he was like a teenager or something, 30-something.
But then again, he might just be saying, hey, listen, when I'm having some success there, maybe some of it is tied to Vlad TV, but maybe you're overestimating it way too much.
Well, listen, I don't care if it's tied to me or not because I don't benefit from that. That's his thing. But Aries would always, I have text messages from him. Yo, bro, he did his first Europe tour recently. He's like, yo, I'm in Europe and people are running up to me, mobbing me, quoting me from our interviews. Yo, Vlad, yo, you're big overseas. Yo, people are constantly quoting us. Yo, he's telling me this and I feel truly happy for him. And I'm like, yo, I'm glad that something I've done contributes to his success. And he's getting paid along the way. So I feel like, yo, everyone's winning. So I think a month and a half ago, he asked to raise his appearance fee again. I looked at the numbers and I'm like, cool, let's do it. Let's do it. The numbers are slowly getting better. And I'm like, yo, let's do it. Makes perfect sense. And he would say things like, yo, to all y'all haters out there who, talking shit about me doing this show, I get 5 digits every time I do an interview here. I get 5 digits while y'all sit at home and do nothing.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
It's like, why would you tell folks you're getting 5 figures from Vlad? It's like, if you are working right now and you get paid more than your surrounding employees and you're like pretty much on the same level, just tell everybody how much you get paid and watch how quick you get fired. It's not good for business to be telling people how much you get paid in relation or in accordance to the field. And it's not good for Vlad to out how much he pays other people, because then it fucks up the negotiations when he's trying to interview somebody new or another person or another recurring guest, because this is what happens. You have idiots like Aries Spears pocket watching and being like, yo, I need more. I get booked every month. I'm getting $4K every month. Boozy gets booked. Last time Boozy was booked was 7 months ago. He gets 25,000, but 7-month gap in between. It's like, come on, man.
I get 5 digits.
It ain't like I'm on there for free. He pays me.
Correct.
He pays me a nice 5 figures.
Yeah.
So if my choice is either stay home on a Tuesday and do nothing and earn nothing, or go sit down for an hour and a half and walk away with 5 figures where I could not make anything, what am I gonna do?
No, I agree.
I'm gonna make the money and I get to check them.
Now, what is he gonna do? He's gonna make the money? Not anymore. He's gonna request too much. He's gonna disrespect the man like he holds all the leverage, and then he's gonna lose the gig. A smooth $4,000 a month to sit down for an interview for 90 minutes? Walk away with $4,000 just like that every damn month? That's at least paying one of your bills, nigga. Like, come on, man.
And I let him run with this story, but that was a lie.
Oh, man.
He was not getting 5 digits.
It's typical hip hop. You got to say you got a color TV when everyone got black and white.
Exactly. He was making $4,000 an episode.
Okay.
Right, 4,000.
Still pretty good. I do want to put it out there.
Still pretty good. And here's the interesting part as we get into the Boosie part. He's doing it pretty much every month.
Okay.
Right? So you talk about Boosie,
probably every other month.
Every 6 months at this point, he's doing shit every month.
Okay.
So really, he's kind of making Boosie money, but it's just, more often. So that's how much he's really getting, and he was just raised up. So then the Boosie situation happens, right? Boosie goes on live, says, oh, I'm not doing Vlad anymore because he's not going to raise me up $5,000 without any background as to how much he was already getting paid. So I do that video, I think it's at 700,000 views or something, where I break down how Boosie was getting 25,000.
Yo, Vlad, after you did that response and you realized you probably made your 25,000 off responding to him, didn't you say, come on, Boosie, I got you with your extra 5. Come on, Boosie. You kind of you got to use those response videos, even this, as this is a subsequent budget for what.
I'm pretty sure before he deleted this video, he re-uploaded it now. I don't know if he made any changes, but before he deleted this video, it was at a smooth 300, 400,000 views. It did numbers.
You guys get disgruntled, I could throw a little more on the pot. Because let's be honest, they're giving, when I saw Boosie in the car, just sit there and kind of just rant.
Well, if I'm getting 25K from Vlad, and I'm on that motherfucker how many times a year? And now I ask for 35, I haven't been on there for seven months. How am I asking for too much money?
Now, this is why Boosie got cooked, because what type of logic is that, sir? You think because there's a time gap in your appearance that you're owed more? Your value is your value. You get paid based on how much views you bring in and how much you actually make the company. So that hasn't changed over those 7 months. Why are you getting a raise, sir? To cover the months that you didn't get an interview? That's Vlad's problem? You don't give... That's when you think it's some one-sided business shit where you're supposed to be valued and paid and the other person's supposed to take an L, be in a deficit for your money. It makes no sense. Why would he do that?
And he's giving you a platform, or not even a platform, but a reason to respond on your monetized platform. I was just like, this is why, you know, you're kind of ahead of the game, because they see content but not how to monetize it.
Right. So the Boosie thing happens, and the $25,000 thing gets thrown into the universe. And I remember before I did it, I talked to a few people, and they're like, oh, well, aren't you worried that some of your other guests might feel some type of way? And I said, no, because I could sit down with every one of my guests and show what their views are and what Boosie's views are and justify what I'm paying them, because I'm fair with everybody.
You see how funny this is? You have this perspective and opinion on things, but then you have idiots like Aries Spears that talks about, oh, I just want it to be fair. According to you, the numbers and everything's fair, but this nigga's referencing YouTube comments. He's referencing some groupies that are his fans that are in the chat, talking him up, and he's like, yeah, these are the people, Vlad. I'm like, yo, bro, they're YouTube comments. That's not how, like, what are we doing out here? Like, what's wrong with this guy?
Okay, so you weren't trying to hide the numbers.
No. I'm fine with being transparent with people because I have nothing to hide, right? I'm fair with people. With most of the regular guests on my show, I'm the only person that pays them, period. Every other platform they go to is free, right? Breakfast Club, free. Drink Champs, free. Big Boy, free. Academics, free.
It's facts. That's what I was saying earlier. Aries is funny. Aries has great impressions. Aries is a funny comedian. Nobody's ever going to take that from Aries. He's a funny comedian. But in this incident right here with Vlad, he's not being very business savvy at all. He jumped out the window and crashed out. His response was thirsty and beg. He just went out sad thoroughly in this interaction. Doesn't take away from his comedic wit, but yeah, man, it didn't work out for him in this one.
Well, you kind of create the market for yourself, though.
I did. So I don't complain about it. I don't cry about it, but that's the reality of it. So the $25,000 thing comes out. I'm out with my kids, right? We're doing like an escape room, if you know what that is.
Yeah.
Right? I'm out with my twins. We're doing an escape room, and I'm enjoying my time with my kids. So then I get these text messages from Aries. Yo, Boosie's getting $25,000. We need to renegotiate. And look at these comments. Look at these YouTube comments. I only watch Vlad TV when Aries on. Yo, Aries needs a raise. Aries is my favorite guest. He's the only one I watch. And I said, well, first of all, you just got raised up. You get nowhere near the views of Boosie. Nowhere near the views. Like, Boosie's just a way bigger figure. The shows that Boosie does are massive compared to what Aries Spears does. Like, Boosie on camera is way more entertaining than damn near anybody. Boosie's a force, man. He's an awesome personality. And on top of it, when I told him, you know, the whole thing with Boosie getting paid 25, Boosie was really getting paid 20, but then I figured out a way to get him more money by doing house tours. You see what I'm saying? So it's really 20 plus 5 for the house tour. And a lot of times the interview might not make the 20, but the house tour will make some extra money. And overall, it makes money. Me and Aries don't do house tours. And I'm like, fam, like, you just got raised up. We can't have a conversation based on YouTube comments.
The fact that you have to tell another grown man who's successful in this business that we can't have negotiations for business based on YouTube comments is crazy. It's not in abundance. It's not in every video. It's not people harassing him nonstop. Even if that was the case, it's YouTube comments. It's a few YouTube comments, and you're trying to use that as leverage. My nigga, it could have been you with a Kevin Durant account. Could have been one of them burner accounts. What are we doing out here, bruh? And even if it wasn't you, it doesn't matter who it is. It's a YouTube comment. That's not numbers. That's not revenue. That's not something we can look at and be like, okay, we're basing it off of this. You're speaking about value. What is your value to the platform in the numbers? Because if you're going to expect a man to take a loss, a financial loss, so you feel happy about your income on his platform, that's ridiculous. Go to any other platform, you're not getting paid at all. You're not even making that much money from your platform monthly. And you promoted every episode on his show. So how does that happen?
He's like, yo, you're not going to convince me what I'm worth. Look at these people. They say they come only for me, and you need to up my salary.
Oh, it's like a hostile takeover, huh?
And if you don't, then maybe we're done.
Oh, wow. Plain like that.
I said, listen, I'm out with my kids, right? I don't have access to my laptop, to the numbers or whatever else. So I said, all right, I come home. I get in front of my computer. And I said, all right.
How much are these numbers changing where you have to like revisit them every like couple of months?
Listen, I have a whole back end.
Okay.
You know, it's constantly changing. Like views are constantly coming in. Sometimes you don't know when an older video gets views or something. So I'm looking at the numbers and I'm like, all right, let's, let me hit up Aries and let's have an actual conversation. Not about YouTube comments, but about actual numbers. Because here's the thing. I can find you 1,000 comments that say, I hate Aries Spears. He's the worst guest on Vlad TV. Can I use those comments to lower your fee? You know what I mean? Because you're trying to use these stupid-ass comments to raise your fee. It's like the stupidest shit I've ever heard of.
Now, that's a great counter-argument because it's retarded when you even hear, oh, shit, did I use a word that YouTube's going to demonetize?
So I get home, and I said, yo, now I'm home. Let's have a conversation about the numbers. He said, cool, let's do it. I said, cool, what time works for you? At 5 o'clock. Bet. I change around my schedule. I clear my schedule out. And I'm like, okay, me and Aries are gonna have a business conversation at 5 o'clock.
Hit that like button, chat. Hit that like button.
5 o'clock rolls around, he doesn't respond. I said, all right, cool. Next morning, maybe around, 10:30, 11 o'clock, I hit him up again. I said, do you still want to have this conversation? You know what he said?
What?
Yeah, at some point.
So how are you being evasive after going out publicly complaining about you want more money, calling Vlad out, doing all this bullshit? Then he has trying to have the conversation with you and you're trying to run. What the hell is going on?
I looked at my phone and I said, I am done with this motherfucker forever. Fuck Aries Spears. Because here's the thing, right? The whole thing about having your own business and reaching a certain level of success is you get to decide who you want to work with. You get to decide how you want to spend time with the type of people that are respectful, they can have regular business conversations with you, and not people like this who are just jealous-ass pocket watchers. Because here's the thing, right? There's two types of jealous pocket watchers out there. There's the broke ones, right? And we've been there before.
Yeah.
I remember being a broke DJ and looking at like Kid Capri and Jam Master Jay and Diplo, like, damn, they making thousands of dollars doing shows and I'm in a fucked up studio. I can't pay my bills. Like, I'm fucked up. I'm kind of jealous of what they're getting. And it's motivating me to like do something, right? I get that type of jealousy.
Well, that's not really, man, that's personal. You were just like, it motivated you. You didn't outwardly say anything. You were just mad that you were dusting it up and seeing other people successful. You didn't really do anything with that. All right, let's move on.
But then you got motherfuckers like Aries Spears, who's doing better than he ever has, who's making more money than he's ever made in his whole career. And he's still jealous as fuck over Boosie. He's jealous of another man because he's making more money on a platform than him, even though he's making way more money ever. And it clouds his fucking judgment so bad that he wants to crash out. And he doesn't even want to have a conversation. He thinks that these stupid-ass comments justify his position.
To me, it looks pathetic. It looks like two niggas just begging for a raise on YouTube. Establish your own platform, say these things, get your own bag, put the work in, put the money into the infrastructure of your platform, create something. How are you begging another man to raise your money on YouTube? Like, this is so pathetic, man.
So I said, yo, I'm fucking done. Fuck him. He's not welcome to the platform anymore. I don't give a fuck.
No more makeup?
Yeah, no more makeup. I'm sorry, Candace. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You act with the no more makeup?
Yo, I'm fucking done. Fuck him. He's not welcome to the platform anymore. I don't give a fuck.
No more makeup?
You hear that? Now, put this into perspective. All these things were said about Aries Spears. fuck him. Multiple times he said fuck him. He's not allowed on the platform. He's not welcome on the platform. No more makeup. All these things. And then Aries Spears' response is, what do you call him? A dussy and gadget or whatever the fuck he was calling him. And he was requesting to be back on the show for some sort of debate or something. I'm like, yo, this is some nasty work, bruh. You're begging out here. This is filthy, bruh.
Yeah, no more makeup. I'm
man.
sorry, Candace. I'm sorry.
Jeez.
She's a sweetheart
Brutal.
too, man. Candace is so great. I kind of feel bad that we're not going to hire her every month to do, Aries makeup. And I said, I'm fucking done. I'm not doing this shit anymore because Aries was making after expenses about half the profit, and I said, yo, I could get in front of the camera myself and make that without the fucking headache of this dumbass motherfucker.
Yo.
So
I think that's the new iteration, Vlad. I think you're starting to realize, Vlad TV, it is as much as, most platforms like yours start off where it's so guest-based, but even if you're off camera, you're pretty much on camera in terms of you're part of the conversation. It's not just asking questions.
Right.
It's an ongoing conversation.
There's an art form to this, man. I've been doing it for 20 years.
Yeah.
It's not, you can't just take me out of the equation and think you're gonna have the same product. So here's what happens next, right? All this happens, and I said, I'm fucking done with Aries. Like, you're not gonna see him on the platform again.
Do you tell him this?
No, because when he said, when he sent me the text, and I'm like, we still having the call, he said at some point, I said, LOL, okay, cool, I'm done. I'm not texting him anymore, I'm not following up, fuck him, I'm cool. But since this is a private business conversation, I'm not gonna say anything. If people ask where Aries, we just got busy, he on tour, whatever else. This is a private business conversation. But then Aries decides to make a video, which you actually posted and you commented on.
Yeah.
Right? And this is what I found funny about this video, right? And he confirms everything that I'm saying, right? When you watch that video, everything that I'm saying is...
Now, we've seen comments like this. I've called out Vlad when Godfrey and them were doing the boycott years ago. But this no longer applies, and I don't want to hear anybody crying victim at all when it comes to this. When I hear stuff like this, I'm like, crying to me, and I'm not having that. Folks want to use that when they're negotiating for more money. Aries Spears talking about, he's been using the black community, culture vulture, this, that, and that. It's like, bro, you're doing a show. You've been doing a show. When the money was good before you knew how much Boosie was getting paid, you weren't complaining. Now you want to raise, and now you're using that as an argument. You can't use that. You're collecting a check. All of them are collecting a check. You go to any other platform, you're not collecting a check unless you're Charleston White. Charleston White's forcing folks to pay, but most folks go to any platform, you're not making any type of money. You're getting your interview, you're getting some sort of promotion, some sort of exposure on Fresh and Fit. According to people in the chat, you gotta pay to get on that platform. So you're going outside to go on Fresh and Fit to pay? So it's like, come on, man. Using what? It's a mutual value exchange. Folks just want to play the victim, and it's nasty work. It reflects terrible on our community when we want to do that. We want to posture as victims when it doesn't apply.
It lines up. But he says, yo, the reason I need to get paid is because, they say that all of Vlad's favorite guests are gone now. Boosie's gone, Godfrey's gone, Lord Jamar's gone,
So you're using that as a business tactic to leverage more money. His biggest performers, you're saying they're gone. Half of them aren't gone, but the other half are actually gone. Like Godfrey's gone, Boosie's gone momentarily. He may be back. But Vlad said that he's getting Charleston White on his platform. So if he gets Charleston White on his platform, maybe Boosie doesn't come back. Who knows? Because there's that whole stipulation where Boosie's not fucking with Charleston White and he doesn't want Charleston White to come on his Vlad's platform for exposure.
Jamar's not gone, by the way. He's been on my show twice, in the past year. Me and him still talk all the time. Tony Yayo's gone. Tony Yayo's coming in tomorrow.
Oh, shit.
And see, I'm the last person left, and if I leave, then no one's gonna watch anything on the channel. I'm the franchise player. Like, I need to be paid more just for that.
Vlad pays me to be on. And
he's probably mad that you said that because then everybody else wants to get paid.
No, he pays people.
Everybody? He pays?
Yeah, but we all get different pay. So people have said, yo, the most popular guest that Vlad has on, Lord Jamar, Tony Yayo, Godfrey, Boozy, and Aries.
Wants the max. Give him the max.
So let me, and here's another stupid ass concept based on comments or people in his ear. Here's the reality based on the actual numbers, right? Let me name you all the people that get more views than Aries Spears consistently.
Well, he basically said he's one of the backbones that helped build this and kind of held it down.
Lots of
basically
people.
the franchise player at the point.
Right, but here's the thing. He thinks that he's the top producer on the channel. Now, he's on more often because he's convenient.
Does
but
the
in
numbers
terms of
match?
people, and for me, it's easy, right?
No, it can be easy and convenient, but Aries' numbers are pretty good. He does pretty good numbers on Vlad. They're not boozy numbers. They're not the best numbers out there, but he does pretty good numbers on Vlad.
Because a lot of people are on tour or whatever. I could have other people on more often, but I like the conversation with him. But on a per interview basis, he is not one of the top producers. Let me name you people who consistently get more views than Aries Spears.
Let's see the list.
TK Kirkland, DL Hughley, Faze on Love,
Oh, wow.
DJ Academics,
I'm here.
Whack 100, Tony Yayo, who's going to be here tomorrow, Freeway Ricky, Gilbert Arenas, Michael Franzese, Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yep, I'm telling.
These are all people that get more views than Aries. Aries is mid-tier, but he just thinks he's bigger than he is because of TikTok clips and because he's on more often. And here's the thing, right?
Nah, you forgot to mention the comments. The comments, the people that say they subscribe and unsubscribe every time Aries is on the platform. Those comments, you're leaving that out.
If he thinks he really is a franchise player, go to his podcast on his YouTube
Yeah,
channel.
like 700
Have you
views.
seen it?
No, I found the video there. It was like 700 views.
700 views!
Someone else pointed me there.
Yo, you are the big franchise player. You're the draw. You're the reason why people get memberships and all that. And yet on your own channel, on your home turf, you can't break 3,000 views.
Well, that's incorrect. He was 3.3. I don't know if y'all can see it because of my graphics on the screen. Yeah, it says 3.3K in 4 days. And you're Aries Spears. That's pretty bad, man. My last live stream is at what, 9K? And who the fuck am I, nigga? Like, what the fuck? Like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing? Like, come on, Aries. Your platform's dusting it up, man.
Well, I've said this to you before. You kind of create a market versus yourself. And I say to the guys who are complaining or they're trying to negotiate at this point publicly with you, they can't come back with another offer from anyone else that would match it.
Because nobody
that's
pays
the problem,
him.
right?
Nobody pays him.
If you're paying him $4,000 and he says, "Hey, you know, there's this place that's trying to give me $7,500,
go do it."
To kind of have the same conversation.
Go do it.
Listen, I like rocking with you. Can we just up the money? You'd probably think about it a little bit more if there's competing, right?
Well, no, because I'm going to think about it as profit and loss. And at the end of the day, my time is valuable. Because here's the thing, right? Aries, I'm the franchise player. I'm the reason why the lights are on in this place. But yet, when you do your own platform, you flop every single time.
So you're saying he's not LeBron James, he's Bronny James.
What I'm saying...
Whoa. What are we doing here, Ak? Bron's the GOAT, but Bronny's putting in work right now. Bronny, as a 56th pick, is playing better than the first overall pick in his draft. Although that nigga's a bust and he's ass, pause, super pause. What the hell? Why did that go together so bad? That went together so badly. God damn it.
Stick together.
Pause.
Nonetheless, man, folks got to stop shitting on Bronny.
Saying is that the success of Aries on Vlad TV is not just because of Aries. It's because of Aries and Vlad doing the interview. Right? You've seen the new Boosie interview. It doesn't quite kick the same when you got some random person asking questions.
There's a lot of interjections that were missed.
Right. That's the whole thing, right? It's Aries and Vlad and the interactions. All the viral clips aren't just Aries ranting. It's what I'm saying and then him responding and so forth. It's the platform. It's the 6.5 million subscribers that took me 20 years to build up. It's the lighting. It's my camera crew that I pay top dollar to create this type of environment. It's my sound guy that cleans up the sound. It's the promotion engine behind what we do. It's not just him. It's a whole thing around it. And I fuck with him, so I let him be on this, and I work with him on that, and I spend the exact amount of time. Matter of fact, I spend more time than him working on these projects, and I still have to manage my staff, and I pay him up front, and I take all the risk. And his stuff gets demonetized constantly.
You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
Oh my God, bro, you're fired. Fuck that raise shit. Hell no.
You're done.
What the hell? Nah, bro. He wouldn't even, I would have called Aries and be like, bro, we need to have a conversation about the money that we're paying you, bro. The things that you're saying, how you're saying them, is no bueno, bruh. It's not good for YouTube. What is all this? This is filthy work. As a YouTuber, we see this. Wait a minute, look at the dates on these motherfuckers. They're spread out like a motherfucker. 2024, January, June 2024, January 2023. But he's been on the platform so many times. And he scrolled up and down, so that's probably why. But nonetheless, this is a lot of yellow. There's a lot of appearances that are not being paid. Vlad's not recouping on the back end. Not for these. Hundreds of thousands of views, just yellow. That this means no money. When you see limited monetization, they say limited, but they mean like you ain't getting nothing.
Do I ever go to him and say, yo, man,
oh, he's still scrolling? What the fuck,
I didn't pay him up front, and I take all the risk. And his stuff gets demonetized constantly. Do I ever go to him and say, yo, man, I didn't make 4,000 on this last video. Can you just deduct something next time? No, I just take that loss. So that's the thing, man. And the thing in life and the thing in business, it's not just about talent. It's about talent and being able to work with people, by being...
Now, isn't this the facts? How is Tommy Sotomayor doing there on Rumble right now with his inability to work with people? His inability to have lasting collaborations on any platform?
Respectful. Like, Aries has a long history of people I know that don't want to fuck with them because of situations like this. But I still did it. But when you look at where he is, he should, talent-wise, he's at a Kevin Hart level. He's at a Cat Williams level. But because of shit like this, he's a mid-tier comedian. And that's the whole thing of it, man. It's like, I try to have an actual conversation, but you can't have a basic level of respect with me? After everything we've done, when I put more money in your pocket than anybody, when I've given you more promotion than anybody, you can't even have a phone call with me because you're so fucking jealous. You're so blinded by jealousy for another man that you know is better than you, but you're still so fucking blinded by that you're gonna crash out. So honestly, fuck Aries. He's not welcome to the platform on any level.
So hearing all this, he's jealous of another man. Fuck Aries. He's not welcome on the platform on any level. Hearing this, Aries decides to say this.
Now watch me rip the tat from your arm. Don't be a coward, gadget. Let's get it on. If in the game, bring your ass, nigga. Bring your ass. Have me on. Don't be a coward.
Have you on. Don't be a coward. This is pathetic, bruh. This is so bad. Now you're just reaching to be accepted and be back on the platform because you realize you fucked up. When we get into the interview that Vlad dropped today, part 13 of that last interview, and you're gonna listen to the words that Aries says, it's so bad. It is a complete contradiction of what we're seeing from him right now.
Any level, and I am completely fucking through. So honestly, fuck Aries. He's not welcome to the platform on any level, and I am completely fucking through.
I do have one pushback. I don't think he's necessarily jealous of Boosie.
Okay.
I think he's...
The conversation started with him talking about Boosie.
Yeah, but so it's not him saying, well, Boosie isn't necessarily worth that or whatever. I think sometimes with the people you're working with, when they come and do an interview, they don't even know that, oh, this is a platform that would be paying out $25,000 for a person. So it's you. It's not Boosie. They're looking at it to say, well, if he has the budget to pay out $25,000 for an appearance fee, and I'm getting $4, he could probably bump me up to $6.5, and he probably won't break a sweat. He's paid, his ceiling is $25. So
Now, in this business, that type of thinking is absolutely idiotic. Oh, Boosie gets 25K. Okay, so LT, me as LTTV, 18,000 subscribers, relative no-name brand in the larger scheme of things, not a real celebrity like that, niche in pockets. Some people know me, some people don't. More celebrities know me than regular people, ironically. But me going to Vlad and being like, yeah, Boosie's making 25K, let me get that. You're able to pay it out. My performance is gonna be not even close. But yeah, let me do, like, what? What are we thinking out here, bruh? Trying to take advantage of folks, that's what it is. And then you go to the public and then you try to air folks out, because this is what it is. This is what I think. I think because when Vlad first got called out, when Lord Jamar and Godfrey did their boycott, they were getting hundreds of thousands of views on his platform and they weren't being paid a dime initially. Then Vlad had to restructure after all that. He started paying his guests, but he went off on them. He showed them no respect. He didn't apologize for anything in that point in time. Godfrey and Lord Jamar both walked out. Godfrey stood on principle and on business, 10 toes down, still didn't come back. Lord Jamar came back because there was money involved. So it's like we're looking at Lord Jamar funny in the light. It wasn't a principled stance. Nonetheless, now he's paying folks. You know what? Let's get back into this. Give me a second, chat.
The quote unquote jealousy that you're speaking of is basically saying, well, they have a budget here. It's like they look at you like a record label, right? If you see someone else gets a $2 million budget for their album, it's not that you're like, hey, he doesn't deserve it. You're like, I'm going to go there too, and I'm going to try to get my $2 million, right? Or at least close to it. So perhaps they're kind of looking at you and they didn't realize that money was flowing like this, you know? So they're looking at Vlad and they're like, this is big baller Vlad now. Vlad's...
My bad, chat. I had to rearrange something. Yeah, so now they're getting paid now. You're watching other people's pockets. You see how Aries Spears sees how respectful Vlad was in the interaction as Boosie called him out and he was talking about he wants to get paid X, Y, and Z. And Boosie's case was stupid as well. He didn't put together a good case for why he needed to get paid more. But Vlad was very respectful in his response to Boosie because they're friends. They had great collabs. He values the relationship and the business relationship with Boosie. It seems like he learned from the past incident with Godfrey and Lord Jamar. That's why he pays folks now, and that's why he speaks more respectfully in the public. But Aries Spears was trying to take advantage of that. He's trying to be disrespectful. He's trying to big dog him. He's trying to just pocket watch and reach into his pockets. And that's why Vlad responded night and day when it came to Boosie's reaction and Aries' reaction, because he was very respectful to Boosie. He wasn't playing none of that shit with Aries.
Looking good. What's on the wrist? Vlad's flexing on him now. And I think they're starting to realize maybe this pie could get sliced up a little bit different where they feel like they're getting a little bit more. Or perhaps because Boosie was, having that renegotiation with you, they feel like, they feel like they're not doing anything if they don't try to renegotiate as well.
You could have a renegotiation with me. In fact, when I got home and got from my computer, I said, cool, we could have a conversation and maybe we can move things around a little bit. That was my intention. I can't have a negotiation with you when I'm on my fucking phone and I don't have access to any of my analytics, right? Because it's a conversation about analytics. So we could have had that conversation. We had a meeting to have that conversation.
And it's crazy though, because Aries had he wanted to have a conversation based off comments. Well, he should have looked at the response from Boosie's comments when Boosie wanted more money. The response was negative. It wasn't a good response. So why did you go, if it was based on comments, there's no logic with his response.
But Aries wants to act like a fucking diva and blow off the meeting and then say, at some point I'll talk to you? Motherfucker, at no point will you talk to me. Seriously, at no point will you fucking talk to me. This is a bridge that I'm burning the fuck up. Seriously. We could have had conversations like this. And you know something? I've had other guests have conversations with me like this.
Since then?
No, just in general. People always, when you get an appearance fee, like, yo, we could always talk about it. And sometimes I'll be like, cool, I'm gonna bump you up. Sometimes like, yo, I can't bump you up. Sometimes I'll bump people down. There's people that I paid 10 for, and it's like, yo, I'm not making any money off 10. Like, we're breaking even on 10. Let's go down to 5. And people are like, cool, I get it.
This is why I'm surprised he didn't have that conversation with Aries. He recently bumped Aries up. I'm like, look at all of the videos that are demonetized when you interview Aries. The value's going down every time you get a demonetized video. I would have had that conversation with dude.
I get it. And things keep moving, right? But at the point where you can't even have a conversation with me, and it's all based off the jealousy of someone else's numbers, I'm cool, man. I am cool. And to Andy Steinberg, who made a little slick comment about me at the end.
At the end of the show this last time, when he came back there where we all were, when Ryan Davis used to be, and he just wanted to be part of that whole thing. He's jumping in pictures. He's trying to. Yeah. He loves it. He wants the attention. He wants to be a star, man.
He loves the attention, man.
Like, Andy, I saw you perform twice. You fucking suck.
Oh, shit.
You're fucking trash. You have the worst timing I've ever seen of any comedian. You have zero crowd control. And if you think that I'm just saying this because I'm in the moment, ask Aries about the phone call I made the day after going to your show, where I said the exact same thing to Aries, and he agreed with me.
And he what?
This because I'm in the moment. Ask Aries about the phone call I made the day after going to your show, where I said the exact same thing to Aries, and he agreed with me.
Oh,
okay?
Man.
Shut the fuck up when grown folks are talking. The only reason Aries has this dude around is because he's a 60-year-old white man that has no other options in life and will say yes to anything he fucking does. And Aries is too insecure to actually have a really talented opening act. So he has this guy who makes him look better because this guy is so bad.
Yo, bro just got ethered. Yo, who is this 60-year-old white man that just got ethered? Vlad just packed this nigga the fuck up. What the hell? Yo, what the? Yo.
Life, and will say yes to anything he fucking does. And Aries too insecure to actually have a really talented opening act. So he has this guy that makes him look better because this guy is so bad.
Yo, he said Aries agreed with him when he said the man is a terrible comedian. He has some of the worst comedic timing. Just bombing on stage. And I believe it. I believe Aries agrees because Aries didn't say anything about that. He didn't touch that one at all. He left that shit the fuck alone.
Jeez.
Yeah, man. Fuck the both of them. So at the end of the day, man, you will not see Aries on Vlad TV again. And I'm sure he's going to do a whole comeback. He's going to use the racial aspect. Oh, the white man is trying to tell me what I'm worth. And
he did that shit. Guilty as fuck. He absolutely did that shit. Vlad predicted it. And he did that shit.
He did that shit. Guilty as fuck.
This is blah, blah, blah. Go ahead, man. Do your worst. I'm cool. Like, I drew the line in the sand here, and I stand behind it. The amount of money that I make off Aries, I could do myself in front of the camera without any of the fucking headaches. Like, I was not making tons of money off Aries. Me and Aries were making about the same after expenses, and I thought that was fair. And we could have had another conversation, but he chose not to, so fuck him. At the end of the day, you won't see Aries on there, and you know, I'm totally willing to have conversations with anybody. And the whole thing is, me and you talked about this earlier, where it's like, yo, are you worried that other people are gonna, leave or whatever? No, because with other people, I could have normal conversations. Like everyone else, like all my other regular guests, like I could have a conversation with them and we can come to a good conclusion.
Damn. Jesus Christ. Yo, what does that say about Aries Spears? Every last one of his guests, that's why he had no problem with this, and he spoke confidently. He's like, why would anybody have an issue? We can just go over the numbers and we do it. And Aries Spears is coming with comments. Oh, this random person, HH43, said, I'm only here because of Aries. That's my leverage. It's like, are you serious, sir? Did you fall and bump your head, Aries? Are you okay? Do you need medical attention? Are you all right, sir? What the hell is going on?
Or maybe we part ways, but it'll be respectful. And it won't be about what someone else is getting or, yo, man, look at this YouTube comment. I remember, because you had commented on this about the whole thing about, well, Aries is talking about paid memberships. You know how much my paid membership is? How much is it a month?
Is it $5 or $10?
$5. After YouTube takes its cut, I get $3.50.
Yo, you know what my membership is on the lowest level? About $1 flat, 99¢, and y'all still ain't members out here. You kidding me, y'all? Y'all fucking kidding me out here?
You're trying to get a multi-$1,000 raise because you found a guy that said that he put $3.50 in my pocket. In fact, hold on. Let me just say this also. In the comment, what I found funny is that it said, yo, man, every time you're on, I buy a subscription and then I unsubscribe. I don't want motherfuckers like this. I want, does Netflix want people that subscribe because a certain movie's on and then unsubscribe? No, I want people that stay subscribed for years. I have people that have been subscribed for 4 years. I don't want these types of fucking fans that just come for one thing and leave. There's no leverage here. There's no logic. There's no intelligence. And like I said, I've heard this about Aries for years. I know lots of people that just don't fuck with him anymore because of situations like this. But I gave him a chance and I still fuck with him because I like the exchange. I like doing interviews with him. I could do it myself, but I like collaborating with people and I like helping people out and putting money in people's pockets when we could all make money together. But when it gets to this point, fuck out of here. I'm done.
I'll tell you, and just kind of like wrapping up here, I'll tell you what I think is brewing in the future. Especially where you are in all this drama now, I feel like most of the people you work with, they severely underestimate you. And they underestimate how much Vlad, even though it's called Vlad TV, how much Vlad is actually a part of, again, watching you respond to Boosie is probably going to do more views than a singular clip on Boosie's interview that he's recording by himself.
These idiots, right now I'm speaking about Boosie and Aries Spears. They went up on their IG lives, free platforms, made responses to Vlad, spoke about Vlad. Vlad went on his platform, hundreds of thousands of views. He just called up academics, monetized. So he's speaking about this. You guys are having your back and forth. He's making thousands of dollars off of this exchange, and y'all are bickering, bitching, making the most illogical arguments to try to get a raise from this man, like an employee with your hands out, dusting it up. Free videos, not monetizing it properly. So you have no leverage. You're not speaking from a monetized platform, going back and forth, making money, leveraging a situation. Y'all are on free platforms. Boosie did his Patreon thing. Good luck. He had to pay editors, people to shoot to film it, for the studio space. He had to pay for all these things. The episode took so long to come out. I'm not going over there on Patreon to watch an episode of an interview I don't know what the hell's going on. It's hard to just build your platform up, even if you're a celebrity. Even if you're a celebrity, see, Boosie's going to have a lot easier time. If Boosie went to YouTube and he started doing something, he'll have a way easier time, but you still have to give some sort of quality product. Boosie wants to skip the line. If you go straight to Patreon and you don't do YouTube, it means you want instant gratification. You want to get the bag straight. You don't really want to build something out the mud. You want an express line to the bag.
I think when these people are now speaking about Vlad TV and their contribution, they use words like, I built it, I'm the reason why people come there, and they're not realizing that over 20 years you've established a very reputable brand, that Vlad TV, whether people only just hear the voice at times, that's part of, or probably the most reason why they're going to click on something, right? Oh, we've seen this guy do an interview 20 times. Oh, this is Vlad interview him. It's going to be different. I think that's a little bit different. I seen Boosie struggle a little bit to kind of like understand that. And he only kept saying, well, you know what? I'm the reason why black people like you. I made you popular, right? And I could see Aries Spears saying, well, I'm now the franchise.
That's also a dumbass argument. Do you think the numbers give a fuck about that? I made you popular. Black people like you. People still call him a culture vulture, a grifter, and don't like him. If they don't like him, they don't like him. Folks are still going to watch the platform for the videos, for the controversies, for the interviews. The numbers don't stop. He said, what, 6 million subscribers? It's about viewers. People are so into feelings. Oh, people feel about me this way. It's like people are in this shit for money. Entertainment for money. Vlad wasn't even in front of the camera for most of his career. You think he gives a fuck about that?
Player, because I'm going to be the next guy. And it's like, you know, at some point, like you and Aries Spears sitting down together, you're the biggest draw. And they don't realize that.
Huh? In which forum, in which setting is Vlad a bigger draw than Aries Spears? On YouTube, he has the bigger platform, yes. He'll do more views on YouTube, but what do you mean the bigger draw?
Player, because I'm going to be the next guy. And it's like, you know, at some point, like you and Aries Spears sitting down together, you're the biggest draw. And they don't realize that because the platform is so big and you are inseparable from the platform. You're the bigger draw than Aries Spears. Now,
that's
not
what
the
he
comedy
means.
world,
Oh,
but
okay.
in this interview world,
Right.
we see Vlad TV interview about topic. Yes, Aries Spears is the guest, but it's Vlad TV. People are going to click. And I think that's where, you know, people lose. But you're going to have to deal with, I think you're going to see a lot more people try to, you know, this same thing. You might be in that position a lot more times where you're on camera.
Yeah, man, listen, if it happens again, it happens again. I got literally hundreds of people lined up who want to do Vlad TV. We turn down way more interviews than we take on, like constantly. And we have like up and coming comedians like Will Mills. We just did Dogface. Like I'm always down to find new people. At one point, Aries Spears was new. At one point, Boosie was new. And also, I'm not doing as many interviews as I used to. We used to put out 10 clips a day. Now we do about 5. I'm slowing things down a little bit and just trying to focus on the people that react the most. And, you know, listen, I have kids now. I want to spend more time with my family and so forth. So, you know, I'm getting into the whole Vlad stocks thing. Things are kind of moving and transitioning a little bit. I'm not thirsty for any single guest. Like, if anybody leaves, we'll figure out a way to pivot and move other people into that slot and so forth. And not because they're replaceable, but because...
It's because it's the entertainment business. There's always going to be somebody new, somebody that's viral, somebody that's up and coming, and then there's always going to be somebody that's kind of withering away, kind of falling off a little bit, kind of like falling into the background of irrelevancy. It's just what happens. People get replaced. There's new people. Some people don't even get replaced. They're still there, but new people come in. It is what it is.
No, if you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it. I'm not going to force you to do it. I'm not going to chase you to do it. If you don't see a benefit of doing this platform, then don't do the platform. If you don't feel that the money is worthwhile anymore, then don't do it. Yes, the Umars, you know, and the Charleston Whites, they have a thing where they get paid every single time. But people like Aries, they don't get paid by anybody. All the interviews, like, listen, he just did All the Smoke. I know that platform. Matt Barnes is my man. Been on a couple times. They don't pay anything. He just did Breakfast Club. I've done Breakfast Club more than him. I've never gotten paid. They don't pay anybody. He just did Big Boy Show. I've done Big Boy Show. They don't pay anything. He does a bunch of platforms that are free. But with a person that actually has been paying him, he wants to act like a fucking diva. And I'm cool with all that. I'm cool. I don't need no fucking divas around me, man. Have a regular-ass conversation with me, work shit out, or not.
What have you thought about the fan reaction to everything? I saw Boosie Boosie came off like he was a little bit disappointed by fans who kind of chose your side, but you took the route of, okay, I'm gonna be super transparent. And I think after the transparency, fans were kind of like, well, he's kind of laying it out. This is pretty reasonable. You're getting...
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. It's not about picking Vlad over Boosie or Aries Spears. It's not about who you like more, because what is Vlad's he's a platform for entertainment, for interviews. Aries Spears has fans of his comedy. Boosie has fans of his music. It's not about picking and choosing. It's about who's right and who's wrong in this incident. And clearly they're both wrong. They both failed math miserably. I don't know what's going on here, man.
A really decent amount of money, or really good money to speak.
Yeah.
And if he's telling the truth and you're not coming back and say, no, that's not true. You don't make 10,000 and I make 25. You make 100,000. There's no response to that. So people are seeing it and reasonably saying, yeah, even if we want to support you on this, Boosie, like, yeah, you might, we just can't. And I think Boosie, like, even when he responded to me and like DJ Envy and a few people, and like we were just saying, like, if this is all just about business, there isn't much of a why do you never take my side? Because he said that would be like, in everything you never take my side, and I'm like, it's like no side to take in this. It's kind of like self-explanatory,
right? Like,
right? Then he said it was just your boy. He was like, I'm like, no, if Vlad was making $200,000 off an interview and you were making $2,000, I'd be like, yo, Vlad, come on, like, get a guy a percentage, like, do something better. I get it. Like, why would you lose it?
Listen, and this is the thing when, like, in terms of my dealings with both Boosie and Aries, is that up to a certain point, whenever they asked for raises, I always say, cool, because the views kept increasing. They'd ask for a raise, cool, I got you. I would always say yes. I would always say yes.
To be honest, that example that academics brought to the table, if Vlad was making $200,000 and you're making $2,000, it's still gonna be hard to get fans to be supportive and, like, I don't even know, but boycotting, or what are the fans gonna be doing? Crying out that he's doing an injustice when most interview platforms is just for the exposure. You're getting all this free promo on a big platform that gets big viewership. You're getting into that famous realm. Even if you're not a famous person going on Vlad, people are calling to try to get on Vlad, and they're willing to not even get paid. They're just trying to get that exposure. The same way when an artist is dropping an album and you see them on The Breakfast Club, you see them on Hot 97, you see them doing all sorts of interviews everywhere to try. You see them on Jimmy Kimmel. You see them everywhere trying to get their marketing for their product. They're doing all those platforms for free. And they love that they're doing those platforms for free based on connections, because there's people that will pay for that shit. Y'all remember folks were paying thousands of dollars to get their videos on WorldStar? Thousands of dollars to get your video on WorldStar, and then in a couple days it's refreshed. People aren't seeing it because it's on the old page. Like, come on, man. Well, people are still paying money to get their videos on WorldStar. So come on, man. You're not getting support crying out for another platform. Make your own platform. You're a big celebrity, man.
Yes, I would always say yes. But then the one time I said no, then now it's a problem. You know, it's like, now it's a problem. Now Boosie was like, hey, man, I'm going to tell everyone that I only get paid once, and you're going to get paid, you know, when my grandkids are alive. Well,
you built the platform.
Okay, so now you've done it yourself. Now you get to own your footage. Do you think that interview that he dropped, his grandkids are going to make money off of?
Yeah.
That Patreon video, do you think he is? I don't think his grandkids are going to see very much money off that Patreon video during their lifetime.
Have you talked to him since?
No.
No text, no nothing?
Nothing.
You consider him more of a friend than Aries?
I could see me and Boosie kind of working it out at one point, because Boosie, I think, has kept a level of respect along the way. I mean, he hung up on me, called me cheap. Like, I didn't like that. But that was just one little instance in terms of a whole,
I felt you complicated it, though.
I'm sorry?
I felt you complicated it.
We'll talk about that when we get to, when you're in front of the camera. But yeah, it's, I felt like Boosie.
You hear that? We'll talk about that when you get in front of the camera. He's doing all these responses, and he already has a content strategy behind these responses because he's monetizing all of this. It's the entertainment space. You got folks like Boosie and Aries Spears. Well, at least Boosie made a Patreon, and he has another product, so he's getting promo for that interview. But Aries Spears is just going outside. He's just in his feelings. He fucked up one of his most reliable bags on this is the thing. Aries Spears has grown in the comedy space. He's doing more numbers when it comes to his shows. His audiences are bigger. But his digital footprint, most of his internet relevancy is related to Vlad TV and the Vlad TV interviews. He does an interview every month, and there's clips coming out damn near every day, because you take a hour-and-a-half interview, you chop them up at 8-minute clips, 7-minute clips, 6-minute clips. You have a whole bunch of clips. So he's relevant year-round on Vlad. You remove that completely because you want to be petty and idiotic with the dumbest negotiation tactic of all time. It's like, damn, man, you fucked up a bag for what?
Me and him had more of a respectful relationship, and when he made the videos, like, yo, no, Vlad's still my man. If you notice, like, all his responses, Like, he's not saying Vlad's lying. That's not true. Like, everything I said about Boosie, he hasn't denied. Everything I've been saying about Aries, he can't deny. Aries really was getting 4,000 an appearance. It wasn't 5 digits the way he was bragging. And I would let him lie, because I'm like, I don't care, whatever. Okay, if it makes you feel better to say that you're getting 10,000 or 15,000, cool. I don't care, it doesn't cost me any more money.
That's pathetic.
Weirdo.
That is so pathetic. Do you know that he's on Vlad TV? There's an interview clip that came out probably yesterday talking about Floyd Mayweather. He hates Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather's braggadocious mentality, always showing the watches, speaking about money, blah, blah, blah. But then you yourself, who hates people that are like that, you yourself come posturing on the internet talking about, oh, you getting 5 figures in interview. Meanwhile, you just got a raise to 4K. Come on, man. You wanted to be like Mayweather. You wanted to posture and act like you had all this money and shit, like you're making all this money that you're not. Selling folks some fugazi ass dream. Come on, man. You more than doubled your income from Vlad. Make it seem like you're rolling off the couch and just going like, come on, man, stop it, man.
But I got the receipts, so I wrote the checks. But yeah, man, I don't think me and Aries are gonna work it out, because I think there's just this underlying level of just like jealousy and disrespect and so forth that really I just don't want around me. I just don't want that type of shit around me. But me and Boosie, we might work it out. But I'm also, my thing is that based on the financials, I don't really care. So let's just say me and Boosie get back together and I pay him the 25 I paid him last time and I make 10. 10,000 doesn't really change for me, and it's a lot of work to get that 10. Like, Boosie now gets to see what it's really like. To make that 10, I gotta drop like 50 clips.
Yeah.
I gotta fly to Atlanta. I gotta spend days researching. I gotta hire a camera crew. I gotta get hotels when I'm out there. My crew spends the next month working on Boosie that I gotta pay for out of my pocket. To me, is that worth 10,000? These days, not really. And I've been spending years building this up to the point where I don't have to demean myself for someone like an Aries.
The funny thing, the thing about this is they demeaned the whole process. They looked at the entire process because they come in and they sit in a chair and they speak for 90 minutes. They think that it's that simple and it's that easy. Because they completely discount and devalue everybody else's role in this in the entire production. They don't like that. They're gonna learn, man. Aries Spears already has his own production. It looks dusty as hell. He kind of knows what it takes, and he's not putting in the work to improve it. I guess he just thinks that whatever he says on the mic will carry. So he doesn't need quality audio. He doesn't need quality video. He doesn't need quality subject matter.
Who can't talk to me like an adult, like a human being, like a business person, like someone that he's been dealing with for a long time, has always shown him respect, has gone to multiple of his shows and supported and everything else like that. Nah, I'm cool on that. I'm cool. I'd rather make less money and work with people that I actually like to work with. And that's really what life is about, man. You get older, it's all about relationships. There's lots of people that are gonna be more talented than me and you that aren't gonna reach a fraction of what we've reached.
And this is YouTube. How many folks, if y'all are new here, you probably don't know the history of my channel, but if y'all been around for a few years, y'all know how many folks that I fell out with on this platform, and I was like,
nigga, you gotta go.
The fuck is wrong with you?
Sometimes it's like, yo, we control everything here. This is YouTube. Our platforms that we're creating. Folks that reluctantly work with other folks just for some sort of clout and bread on this platform, just nasty work clout chasers. It's like you don't have to be miserable dusting it up working with folks that you don't want to work with in this business just to try to squeeze yourself ahead. It's like, it's not worth that.
There's going to be people that are less talented than us that's going to get way farther because they've known how to actually foster relationships and how to build relationships with people and how to be respectful. We're always going to have disagreements, right? With people that we work with, especially when we work with them a lot, there's going to be moments where me and that person aren't going to see eye to eye. But we have to be mature enough and respectful enough to work it out like men and not have temper tantrums. You see what I'm saying? And say, look at this comment. Look at this comment. See, it proves my point. Look at this. This guy says I'm his favorite. Give me another 2,000.
I thought that was ridiculous because when I watch my videos on Vlad TV, it's usually my supporters who go there and they comment, hey, one of the reasons I'm here is because I like to watch act. Like, that's natural. But again, it's a whole different platform. It's negligible to me.
Stupid,
honestly.
man. A comment is just a fucking comment. And you're going to have comments of people who love you. You're going to have comments of people who hate you. And none of that moves the needle. It's just comments. Just having more comments is good. It's good to have a lot of haters. It's good to have supporters. But it doesn't move the needle, right? Because here's the thing. If you're the big franchise player, if you're the big dog, look, everyone comes because of me. Your own YouTube, channel's trash. Nobody goes there. It flops because you know why? People consume authenticity. That's a bullshit podcast. You have you and your fucking yes man who's agreeing with you on everything. It looks like shit. You're recording in motel rooms with cheap equipment, cheap mic.
Wait, recording in motel rooms? Is that where they recorded? They don't got a studio? See, that's the thing, man. I can't even really cook the podcast too much because I don't watch that 2-pack of ass, man. Nobody watches his podcast. Look at the numbers, man.
You and your fucking yes man who's agreeing with you on everything. It looks like shit. You're recording in motel rooms with cheap equipment, cheap mics. There is no thought or process behind it. People look at that and go like, yeah, it's Aries, but this is bullshit. Let me go watch Vlad TV, where things are actually produced and put together. It's authenticity, man. And you've seen with Boosie, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, how you can't just recreate it, man. Like, people have to realize that.
Trying to run off for the sauce, Vlad.
Yo, man, listen, you have to realize that when you look at these successful ventures, it's never just one person. It's the crew. It's the team of people that came together to create something great. And then a person goes off and says, it was just all me, and then they flop. Because they don't respect the fact that it was done as a group. Their fucking ego goes out of control. It's me, I'm the biggest thing ever. I'm the reason that everyone left except for me, and I keep the lights on, and I built all this, I deserve everything.
No, this is important to listen to. Because for years, I thought Academics was doing everything by himself. And I'm like, how the fuck is this motherfucker doing all these things? I'm like, he just streamed and a clip just came out and all this stuff's on Instagram. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like trying to do all this shit and maneuver and do all these things myself, and I can't keep up on my platforms on Twitter and Instagram. I'm like, yo, this shit is entirely too hard. Niggas think I'm lazy and shit. I'm like, do y'all realize how much work this shit is? But,
man, it was us. I'm not going to say it's all me. I'm not stupid enough like Aries to say, yo, it's all me, and anyone I put on my platform is gonna blow up because it's me, and it's my 6 million followers, and it's this and it's that. No, man, it's never just me. Unless I'm in front of the camera myself, like now, but even now I'm collaborating with you. And you're asking me questions. It's us. We're creating this together. It's not just me.
Yeah, I have a slightly different opinion. I think what people don't realize is that the platform is bigger than everybody on the platform.
Yeah, I agree.
Including you. You're a personality you're DJ Vlad on Vlad TV.
Yeah.
But Vlad TV, what you've built and put into this and what other people have contributed, it's bigger now. And that's why I said to Boosie, it's bigger now than any one singular piece.
That's the thing about YouTube. This is 100% facts. 100% facts. The platform is bigger than anybody. My platform is bigger than me. LTTV is bigger than LT because when I go over on Blunt Talk with LT and upload, the views aren't the same. When I go over there on LTTV network and upload, the views aren't the same. I didn't build those up to the same level as LTTV. The platform is bigger than the individual.
Yeah, like for example, look at...
And that's the aim of every company. You never want an employee that says, when I walk out this door, this company's going to shit. It's not a good company.
Yeah, Steve Jobs died and Apple got bigger than ever.
Exactly.
With Tim Cooks, right? And look, shout out to Nicholas Irving and Sean Prez. They do a podcast weekly now on Vlad TV that I'm not involved in at all. I'm not part of that interview. I don't write the questions. I don't title the shit. Nothing. Like my man Alan does the research and Nicholas and Sean knock out the interviews every week. And that's dope. I'm not part of it at all, and it gets millions of views, and everyone gets paid, and we do it every week. Now, that's dope. When you want me involved in it, though, like, I also need to be compensated for the shit that I'm doing, right? So by you saying, well, I want more money, you're also saying, well, Vlad, you need to take less money. And I'm not going to do.
And that's been the overarching point. I think I've highlighted that a few times throughout the stream, because that's exactly what you're saying. It's not a mutually beneficial business relationship when you want to jump out the woodworks and demand more money based on comments, not actual figures and revenue. So you're basically saying these people are just talking so much that I deserve to get all the money while you're going to get shortchanged, and you're pretty much doing this as a loss leader now because you ain't making no money. I'm just making more money because I've been here for so long, and I'm leveraging you by saying this person left, this person left, this person left, I deserve more money. You think that, oh, because all these people left, that you're going to be valued so high that he's going to basically just get on his knees, pause, and you're just going to do what the fuck you want to do? You're going to have him begging for you to stay? Like, that's pretty much what he thought was going to happen. Bro is fried, man. Bro is absolutely fried. I don't know what the hell this nigga's on.
When does crack, now, so the cocaine's happening, when does that crack come into play?
Do that a lot of times because it's just not worth my time.
A lot of people don't understand business. When
just
I do
basic
payroll,
business.
Let me
but
say
see,
this.
here's the thing. Aries has never had a business. He has a bum-ass opening act, a 60-year-old white man with one foot in the grave that will do anything because he knows he has no plan B in life, and that's it. I never deal with managers or whoever else. I deal just with Aries. He's never ran a business. He's never had employees. My employees have 401ks. You have a 401k? Yo, you have a 401k? Speak up. Say it loud. Do you have health insurance?
Yeah.
Do you have benefits?
Yeah.
Bro said, speak up, say it loud.
I've seen him do it.
What the fuck?
This studio cost me $20,000 a month.
$20,000 a month for the studio? Where this nigga? He's in LA, ain't he? LA expensive as shit, man. I ain't Toronto. Toronto's expensive as shit, but LA went $20K a month for the studio, nigga. You got all right, Vlad. You're gonna have to reduce that overhead, man. $20K a month. What type of studio is it? What you got, like lounges and shit in there? You have like extra rooms? Like, what is this?
Plus the extra bills. That's $250,000 a year.
Vlad, man.
I pay $250,000 a year for this studio that's usually empty because I don't live in New York anymore.
Oh, this is in New York? Oh, fuck no, bro. This is bad business. You just got this New York studio that's empty half the time, taking $20K of your money? Bro, what are we doing out here? I hate when folks brag about hefty overhead. Like, you can reduce this, bro. This is waste. What did Donald Trump and Elon Musk call that shit? Waste, corruption, and whatever the fuck they called it, and they didn't find anything because they're frauds. But come on, man. This is all that shit, man. You just wasting money out here, bruh.
This is what's running Aries. This is what running a business is like. It's not just about, ooh, I want to get as much as I can. Ooh, gimme.
You gotta highlight these parts because
you know what? You may be right, man.
People never know.
Yeah.
Like if I told people when I cut payroll a month, there's people that get paid more than me. I pay myself. So my company pays me. Obviously, I get the dividends of whatever that's the profits.
Yeah.
But
Act just said he's paying nothing in taxes.
I've seen him do it.
Man said he pays people more than he pays himself. You damn well know he's paying zero taxes. We know how he structured this business, man.
everybody's on payroll for me, and they have a set amount of what they get paid, whether it's social media guys, whether it's guys working for me in the studio. And I think when people are just talent, and they show up, they do content, they get a check, they sign a release, they submit an invoice, they don't realize the risk you take, right? The overhead you have, right? $20,000 for the studio. If you had maybe 10 interviews going on here a day, it'd be like, oh, this is a really good deal. But it's whenever you come in town. A lot of times it's empty. They don't care.
honestly, that just really tells me how much bread Vlad actually has. Because he still looks at the numbers. He's still trying to be a shrewd businessman. He's still trying to make sure that he's in the green everywhere. Nothing is in the red. Not in the red at all, but he has this studio dusting it up, collecting dust most of the time. In New York. He's barely here. $20K a month.
Care about that.
Right.
Right? It's you just have to figure out a way to make it work, and they're still going to look at you like, what's up with the race?
And most times, I'm cool with that. For years, like Aries started out doing interviews for $1,000. Then went to 2,000. Then went to 3,000. And now it's at 4,000. And it just got raised. So that's why I'm like, you want to raise, not because you're seeing more views, but because you're seeing someone else make more money. You were fine with 4,000 a week before. Nothing has changed.
You have a current interview of his running right now, though.
I know it is. And this was going to be the last interview you see.
Really?
With Aries Spears on Vlad TV.
So he was approaching you about a possible next one, but he was like, I need a raise.
Yes.
And you're like,
after this interview of begging for a raise, he's begging for another interview, and he says he'll do it for free. The man, he's just going out completely sad right now.
I just gave you a raise.
I just gave you a raise. You just got raised up to 4,000.
Doubling back to the HR office is crazy for the
As you
double
being
raise.
a mid-tier Vlad TV guest, you're not top tier, right? Tony Yayo's up in the top tier. You're up in the top tier. Like you get way bigger numbers than him. Game, when I have him on, is up in the top tier.
Yeah.
Right? Charleston White, when he comes back, will probably be up in the top tier. Right? So you're not that. You're just on a lot. And you think that these viral TikTok clips somehow translate into millions and millions more views, but they don't.
So you're saying he's not a franchise player?
No, he's not. He's not, and he was a cool regular guest. And I'm never gonna say that Aries is whack. I said his partner's whack. But notice I've never said that he's whack, he's lame on stage. I've seen him multiple times.
Yo, he's a mid-tier regular guest. You know that's gonna bruise his ego a little bit. He's gonna be like, what the fuck is this narcissist talking about? A mid-tier regular guest.
He's great on stage, great crowd control. Like, his routine changes, incredible on the impression side, and has really strong opinions. And we go back and forth, and we create this really cool, like, friction between ourselves that plays out really good on camera. Aries is dope. I'm never gonna say that he's not. But he's not the whole thing. He's not everything, the way he's painting himself to be. He's just a good guest.
How does these things get resolved? Is it, do you feel like it's a meeting in the middle where you both kind of be like, hey, we probably both shouldn't have went up online with this stuff? Is it an apology? Like think about Aries. Do you feel like if he says, you know what, I shouldn't have brought this to air. This is something that we have, kind of talked about over time. I should have resolved it in private. Because also I can see your perspective by once it goes online, it's now driving a narrative. It's driving this narrative like, Vlad's taking advantage of people and taking advantage of people for his content and his own benefit when you're trying to be so transparent that
It didn't work at all. Back then when Vlad wasn't paying guests and most people were doing these things for promo, for marketing, for the look, they got away with some of these conversations, people being used for X, Y, and Z. But when you're paying your guests, nobody took Boosie's side or Aries Spears' side. Maybe a few people took their side, but majority of the people were looking at them like they're idiots, especially Aries Spears.
Seemingly apparent that it's clearly not.
I mean, do you think that Aries Spears' videos are making 100,000?
No.
He gets about $1.5 million or so per interview. I think that's the last interview he got 1.5 million total. And most of that is clips. The full interview gets way less. A lot of times the full interview gets demonetized. So do you think that I'm making 50,000, 20,000 off these interviews? I'm not. There's not a lot of money in this. This is why I don't care about him walking away. Like, cool, go. I'm cool. Fuck out of here. And how does it get resolved? I don't know, man. Like, me and him have to have a conversation, and I think that his issues with me, based on some of the little snide, little bitchy type shit that he says about me. So, Vlad's a narcissist and all that. Like the little, like these little jealous, little nasty, little fucking little girl comments that he fucking makes. Like, that has to be addressed. And for him to come back, we have to have a level of mutual respect. And I don't think we have that right now. I think Aries feels some sort of disdain towards me, and I think he probably felt that way for a while. I think he probably looks at me and be like, yo, I've been doing this way longer than Vlad, and he
looks at the way Aries Spears looks at it like the conventional celebrity. Back in the day, the big celebrity, they get all the interest, and Vlad is just an interviewer. He's just a dude behind the camera. He has a big platform, but he's not the famous dude. So I'm just gonna talk to him like anything because I'm the famous dude that everybody's here to see. That's the way he looks at it. He looks at it like the old school type of celebrity media relationship, but we're in a different era. We're in 2026. The framework's different, bruh.
achieved a higher level than me financially. He knows that. He knows that. And I think that there's it's the pocket watching. Like someone like an Aries, I realize I can't fuck with because you're pocket watching when you're doing well. You're jealous of other people when you're doing well.
Yeah, but your well is different from his well.
Well,
you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure you're not staying in the Motel 6, you know what I mean, with your partner doing a pod, man. I'm pretty sure you got a big penthouse up in New York.
Have you? But
houses
listen,
on both coasts, like you good.
Listen, we've never talked about how much we have in our bank accounts, but I wouldn't be surprised if you have more money than me, right? You're a top dude. You got a bigger car collection than me, definitely.
I would be surprised if Academics has more money than Vlad. Academics' channel and the way how his channels do views, I think they're probably comparable or more. But the way he manages money, the way he gambles, talking about he gambled away $1 million and he lost that shit. I'm like, I don't think he makes like great investment. I don't know, man. I don't watch pockets enough to even like ballpark what they have. So I actually don't know.
But also,
you know,
I think it's different.
Your
though.
house, you got a pretty. I don't know if your house is worth more than mine, but it's up there.
Your house worth more.
Right,
Yeah,
it's in LA. Right, but anyways, I don't know what, like if you told me that you have 10 times what I have, I'd be happy for you.
But you're also in a very different bracket where like you're doing really, really well. I think Aries and a few of these other guys, like, not saying that they're not doing super well, but you know, it's a reason why they want to give the impression like I'm getting 10,000, right? I'm getting that. He's paying me 10,000, right? Because also that might encourage other people to probably bump up their rates and what they're gonna give him, right?
By lying about it. Got it.
Yeah. That's how it works.
It is what it is. Fake it till you make it, I guess. I don't know, man. And
I'm telling you, I do believe they devalue you in the whole process. So when they see you reaping the benefits, they feel like they're doing the hard work. And they're actually forgetting the editing, the building the platform. Like, again,
they can't believe that maybe they do, but that's idiotic. Why would you believe that you're doing the hard work when you come in for 60 to 90 minutes to speak to a person that hooks up and does all the production work and then pays you after 60 to 90 minutes of speaking? You don't have to wait for YouTube to cut any check. You don't have to worry about the infrastructure built. You don't have to worry about the overhead fees for the studio, the editors, the employees. You don't have to worry about any of that. How are you doing the brunt of the work? That's peak delusion. Like, if you were going to Breakfast Club or anything else, you wouldn't get paid for any of the things. So why would you think that you're fundamental in building the Breakfast Club or any of these other I don't know, man. It's just weird.
We scheduled this weeks ago. You're like, you have to fly here, this and third. You have to really make all these changes in your life just to even get the content still to this day.
Right, but how are they feeling that they're doing the hard work when I'm right there with them, doing the work with them? They're not doing monologues.
Because they think
Aries
they're the
isn't
draw.
going on stage by himself when he does Vlad TV.
They think they're the
I
draw.
sit there and I talk to him, and we go back and forth, and we're doing 50% of the work. Just because they're on camera most of the time doesn't mean that my contribution is nothing. Now, could you say maybe they're doing 60% of the work? Okay, cool, I'll give you that.
They think they're the draw.
But
they think they're the draw is the funny thing, because look how much views Vlad has done in his responses to them. Whether they're there or not, speaking about them, putting their name in the title will draw the views regardless. They don't need to physically be there.
Without the other 40 or 50%, you get the flop podcast that Aries has. That 2,000 people watch. Like, even with all the little viral shit from that last video, it's still at like under 3,000 views. I looked at a bunch of his videos, like none of them break 5,000. My man Ryan Davis.
Wait, none of them break 5,000?
Come on, man.
Oh, hell no. We got to check his channel after this. This is bad.
Davis had the biggest podcast from the last, like, I don't know, year.
That was his biggest podcast from the last year, and it's Ryan Davis. Wait, is he actually on the podcast, or is it just... Yeah, maybe he's actually on the podcast with Ryan Davis, because he was bigging up Ryan Davis. This is his biggest podcast of the year. My last live stream on an Anton Daniels topic that is months old now did 9,000 views. More than this. Are you kidding me, bruh?
That's what you call winning. A nigga's nuts in your face. Man, I hate to see what you call losing.
This is bad, man. This is bad.
And I think it's at like 8,700.
Not gonna lie.
And Ryan is a big draw. I just had him on my show yesterday.
When I Googled his name to find his podcast, it showed me 5 consecutive pages of Vlad TV interviews. I'm gonna be honest.
Whose fault is that?
This is what I said. This is what I said. His majority of his digital footprint and his internet presence is Vlad TV related. Now, he has his podcast with many episodes, but it doesn't do well, and it doesn't do well in the search algorithm.
Whose fault is that? Is that my fault?
It's showing 5 pages of your interview with him. Like, his content don't even have a chance.
But yet, every appearance on Vlad TV, he shouts out his podcast at the end.
Or does he?
Come on, man. You know what it is. Spears
Go
and
ahead.
Steinberg pot. And you know, and I'm gonna tell you why this is effective. Because there will be people that see these interviews that hit me up on Instagram and go, yo, let me get the podcast because I heard you mention it. So Spears and Steinberg available on all streaming platforms. Slide into my DMs on Instagram. I'll send you the links. Also, Spearsburg Pod, the YouTube channel. Hit like and subscribe, baby.
Every single one. I don't hate on him. That's the thing.
You
I
edited
want
it out,
his
Vlad.
podcast to do well.
You edited it out. Stop.
No. Have we ever edited out?
Never edited.
We've never edited that out. I even say, yo, you want to shout your podcast? Yeah, go to the Spears and Steinberg podcast, watch every episode, DM me, and I'll send you the link. Blah, blah. Aries has like 2 million followers on Instagram. He's got like twice as many as I do. So don't tell me, I have no way to promote it. You can promote it on there. You just don't put in the work to promote it. And you don't put in the work to actually make it good. You don't put in the work to actually film it properly or have good sound or have good lighting.
That's a part of building the platform that y'all are talking about. The business behind it, the employees that you guys have for your multiple platforms to handle different and various activities for you.
You just don't do it because you just want to show up and get a check because you have no fucking business sense because you've never had a business. And for you, it's just about how much can I get out of the person I'm dealing with. And in the process, you crash out and you end up with the person never wanted to work with you again, like me. And I know that's happened dozens of times with Aries. Dozens of times, if not more. I've talked to other comedians, they're like, yeah, man, most people don't want to fuck with Aries. Seriously, I've had this conversation. I'm like, well, listen.
That's bad.
I'm cool with them. We do work together. I'm not tripping, right? I never base what I do based on what other people say. Because listen, people hate on me too. Mm-hmm. And I get it. It goes both ways. But yo, when I deal with that situation, when it actually crosses my desk, I'm out. So listen, I hope y'all enjoyed the Vlad and Aries show.
Oh, man.
The videos will still be on there. All those TikTok videos that I don't benefit from, I'm getting all that shit taken down. I'm gonna file copyright strikes on all the fucking TikTok videos and all the various Aries shit that's out.
Whoa. You're filing copyright strikes on who?
Don't fucking touch me!
Bro, you gotta leave this video up there, Vlad. Don't fucking touch this video, bruh. We gonna put this shit on members, bruh.
All those TikTok videos that I don't benefit from, I'm getting all that shit taken down. I'm gonna file copyright strikes on all the fucking TikTok videos and all the various Aries shit that's out there that people have been, using to gain followers. So I'm not gonna give them a bunch of free promo.
Hell nah, man.
Get dude off the screen. Get dude off the screen, man. Who the fuck is that?
Bro's really gonna hit copyright strikes on folks? Copyright strikes, bruh? They ran up all those views and then months later they're gonna just look at their, oh man, that's That's horrible, man. They're gonna look at their page and they're gonna see a copyright strike or many. Man, we're gonna have to.
The way he's running, either it's on my platform or it's nowhere. So yeah, man, I'm through. I'm done. I hope y'all enjoyed it, but you won't see any more.
Nah, it's different for YouTube though, because Flacco reacted to this video. He didn't react to the whole thing like I'm damn near about to, but a few minutes left. Let's not react to the entire thing. Let's act like we left a bigger chunk out. Pause. I also wanted to get into this. I know the stream long as shit and folks wanna the fuck out of here and shit, but hold up, chat. This was interesting, man. Oh shit, the 5150's on with nobody viewing compared to the last. Yo, why is there less and less viewers every time? Keisha's supposed to be here. What's going on with the views on 5150? Damn. Okay, so let me the most recent interview. Holy shit. Okay, so this controversy is making Vlad do big numbers because Tony Ayo in 5 hours has 114K views talking about Boozy and Aries Spears. The most recent clip from Aries Spears, the irony in this clip.
Well, I tweeted this recently, right? Because there's a few people in my life like this, and probably some people in your life as well. Have you ever seen Toy Story? Toy Story 3? They had a character named Forky.
Forky?
Forky.
Uh-huh.
Forky is a fork.
Okay.
That they found in the garbage. That they rescued out the garbage. It has like arms and legs and so forth. But Forky loves the trash. So as soon as they turn around, Forky ends up back in the trash again. And then
the irony. This sounds so bad because
there are people in my life that no matter how many times I pull them out the trash, they'll end up in the trash.
Institutionalized. They're institutionalized.
And you love these people, right?
Yeah.
You love them. And you don't want them to be in the trash. So you help them out, you give them some money, you put them in, okay, you're not in the trash anymore, you're cool, all right, look.
They used to say that he looks like a raccoon because he had these deep, dark, black bags around his eyes, but that's why he has the makeup artist. But damn, man, they throwing you back in the trash, bruh.
You should be good now, right? You got this, it's set up and so forth. You got a little bit of a cushion. I'm gonna check back in you 6 months. 6 months later, they're back in the trash again.
Let me tell you something, man. And for me, perspective, there's such a major word. And it's like I'm always striving and wishing and hoping to be at the most supreme level of excellence. But until I get there, the perspective that I have, I sometimes lose perspective and go, dude, you don't know how fortunate you are. And it's like,
you hear that? Sometimes he loses perspective. He doesn't know how fortunate he is. He was in the other interview bragging to the host, talking about he just rolls over, he just jumps out of his house or whatever, does Vlad for 90 minutes, makes a 5-figure, which was a lie, he makes 4K. But he said, yeah, he makes 5 figures, and he why would he not do that? Because if he's not doing that, he's not making money otherwise. Well, he's making money through other entities, but during that time. So it's like you fumble the bag for zero reason.
Like, listen, man, a lot of people bust their ass throughout the course of a year to save up enough money to go, I'm gonna take a vacation. And it's usually whether it's exotic or whatever, one spot you bust your ass to save enough money to go to. In 2026, I went to Saudi Arabia. I performed at the Bahamas for New Year's Eve. I went to Hawaii, and I visited 8 places in Europe. In 1 year, I did all of that. So when people, again, love to go, you washed up. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, although, okay, I think that example is not exactly one-to-one because those are work events that you're being flown to. It's not like you're going on vacation.
I'm not about to sit here and let you devalue.
No, and it's dope. No. It's dope that you're doing it. What I'm saying,
I will not sit here and allow you to devalue that. First of all, the biggest gem in all of that is that I'm doing what I love.
Right.
And when you're doing what you love, it's not a job.
Right.
I'm doing my passion, my childhood dream. So me being able to go to those places amongst doing what I love is a bonus.
Right.
Most people are working jobs, busting their ass to make money to go on a vacation, doing a job they don't love.
Exactly.
Bosses they can't stand.
Right.
Co-workers they hate.
Right.
Where's the downside for me?
No, it's all upside. But what I'm saying is what you're talking about is that people that actually go on a vacation
Okay, so let me run with that. Let me run with that.
Yeah.
Let's just say, okay, let me go on a vacation. Because of what I do, I can afford to.
Exactly.
I can afford the $30,000 seat. I can afford all those destinations.
Right.
So again, where's the downside?
No, there's no downside. So for example, like Dubai, when I went to Dubai and I flew business on Emirates and stuff like that, and I stayed at the Atlantis 2 and so forth, one of the nicest hotels in all of Dubai, that was a vacation I took with my family. It wasn't work related and so forth. But in your case, you could do both.
No, that was a shot. That was a vacation that was not work related. That was so unnecessary. Let's get back into it.
You could take the exact same vacation I took, but those people, they haven't positioned their life where they could actually live their dream. And the vacation and the work are sort of all kind of intermixed, like in your case. You just have a special case because of the life that you built. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not downplaying it. I'm just saying it's not exactly a one-on-one situation. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, it's like, this is why I talk about when I go, I think most people are stupid. Again, we're talking about a mindset. A mindset tends to permeate every behavior you make. So if your mindset is shit, every behavior you make is gonna be shit. If your mindset is about winning, every behavior you make is gonna be towards winning. Which is why it was funny to me when that girl who said that quote, "Don't love your job, job your love." Remember her?
Who? No.
She said this quote, "Don't love your job, job your love," and she caught flack. Most people were making fun of her, going, "Oh, so that's like saying, don't eat your food, food your eat."
No.
Are you niggas that stupid? You don't get what she's saying?
I get it.
Don't job your love. Make
I get what she's saying. She's saying this.
what you do your love. Love your job and make it your love.
Yeah.
They go both the same way.
Do what you love.
Yeah, we understand what she's saying. I think she got cooked because it's the internet, first of all. And secondly, it didn't really make sense. Didn't make sense. Like, you can read between the lines, you understand what she's saying, but it wasn't proper English. She wasn't speaking the language properly. It was job your love. Like, what does that mean without explanation or without any context to the first sentence she says? It's like, what it like?
Never work a day in your life.
And love what you do.
It's the same.
Why you didn't get that,
statement.
you broke motherfuckers?
Right.
Why you didn't get that?
Why was people got it? I'm pretty sure people got it. It's just the internet, so people gonna act. Come on, man.
So complex.
Man, listen. You know how many times when I've talked about stocks, and I said, yeah, the whole point is, and I talked about my stock portfolio earlier, right? I said $100,000 investment in 2011 turned into like 1.2 something million, and everyone's like, so how did you get paid along the way? And I'm like, I did it. Like, well, what's the point? The point is that my wealth grew. So, but when can you spend the money? When we decide to cash it out at some point, if you want, or chip away at it.
That don't work for some motherfuckers.
It's like, well, no, I don't get it then. You just got all this money and you can't spend it? And it's like, well, you can spend it, but I don't. And that's the reason why the money grew.
Listen.
And it's like, I can't, they just don't get it. There's like a
I said, it's scary to have to wait. It's scary to not see automatic gratification. We live in instant. Everything's got to be instant. Yeah. If I put my hand out, you put something in it.
Right.
The idea of you got to wait, you got to be patient, it's an investment.
Yeah.
And to us, that's foreign territory.
Who's us? Who's us? This is what I was speaking about earlier. He always speaks from a perspective that he's projecting his own feelings on the black community. Oh, we don't think, maybe you don't, sir. Stop projecting. Because if you thought the same way that you're espousing right now, you would have put way more effort into your podcast. You would have spent way more money on the infrastructure in your podcast, and you wouldn't be in Vlad. You would be building instead of just looking for instant gratification for that check every time. Oh, let me get paid more based on what? Based on comments? The irony of this interview, and then he dropped this today just to be an asshole. Be like, yeah, man, you forgot about this, Aries? You're saying all this shit. This didn't age well.
So, but again, where's your mindset? Where's the behavior that leads to trying to go, hey, man, I got 3 full passports? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Passport bros, man. What he bragged about is just a regular day in the life of a passport bro. The countries that he traveled to, just doing what they want. They're just doing YouTube. He's one of the, I'm telling you, he's one of them old school stars that doesn't understand where people are in 2026.
Dude, I'm telling you, to be sitting in Berlin, Germany one day, then the next day, I'm in Oslo, Norway. I'm in Utrecht, Netherlands. I'm Stockholm, Sweden, Paris, France, and then I'm in Birmingham, Manchester, and London. And it's a cafe culture out there. I don't ever cross my legs. This was me in Europe.
With a cigarette.
And when I smoke like this. The Europeans, they do this. With the 2 fingers past the nose and the cigarette.
Yeah, yo, once my woman pointed out that this nigga was wearing foundation, I could not stop seeing it. I'm like, this nigga really got foundation on? Like, yo, what the hell? Full fucking face of makeup. Like, what are we doing here, bruh?
Poking out the middle. That was me. Had my tea, my legs were crossed. It's just to be something different and experience. It's mind blowing. It's awesome. Yeah. Oh, and let me tell you. Oh, man, fuck. Let me tell you. So I'm in Stockholm, Sweden, and I was gonna call you.
Okay.
I go to a McDonald's, and then you go, why are you in Stockholm? What the fuck you eating at McDonald's? But we just got off the fucking flight. We're hungry. There was a time thing. Gotta hurry up. I'll fine dine later. So I go into a McDonald's, and a bunch of kids are working there. And this white boy with a black boy, they just kept looking at me. And then I saw them all huddle up, and they're on the phone, and they're looking at me. And finally, the white boy comes up to me and goes, "Are you Aries Spears?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, the comedy, the Vlad TV." So again, when you stupid motherfuckers love to say dumb shit, like, oh, Aries must do Vlad because he need the money. Aries,
I've seen him do it.
This aged so poorly. This aged so poorly. This man sweating buckets, probably didn't get his towel in this one. Yelling at the screen, calling folks fucking idiots based on doing Vlad just for the money. This was part 13 of his last interview. Where are we at now in this current day? He's bitching about not doing Vlad because he wants more money. And Vlad said, fuck him. And then he's still crying, I'll do it for free, just talk to me. It's like, nigga, why you begging? What the hell is going on out here?
Like, oh, Aries must do Vlad because he need the money.
Aries must do Vlad because he need the money. What the hell? Hold on, chat.
Clip it, nigga.
There we go. We had some glitching.
Dumb shit. Like, oh, Aries must do Vlad because he need the money. Aries, him and Vlad ain't gonna ever have him back because of the way they argue. You're not listening. We're doing each other a service. Mm-hmm. I help give him what he needs in terms of the show and the ratings or whatever. And now I'm able to go to a foreign country and maybe some motherfuckers that wouldn't have known me otherwise know my name.
Man, you stupid bitch.
This is what you call self-ether. This is what you call self-ether. Once again, chat.
The show and the ratings or whatever. And now I'm able to go to a foreign country and maybe some motherfuckers that wouldn't have known me otherwise know my name.
So motherfuckers that wouldn't know you otherwise in a foreign country know your name because of Vlad TV. You don't do it because of the money, but because now these foreign motherfuckers and you're getting booked in these shows, they know your name. And on top of that, you were getting money from Vlad, but you fucked all of that up based on Boozy getting paid way more than you. You being jealous, disrespectful, pocket watching. This is sad, man. This aged poorly.
And they're buying tickets.
They're buying tickets. My fame is up a notch. Only you broke motherfuckers who stay at home for free don't understand this. This is a system, man. There's money to be made, opportunities.
There was money to be made. There was opportunities, but Vlad fired you, bruh. He got you the fuck out of there.
Huh.
Yeah, I think you and I leveled up together.
Come on, man.
I've been saying this. We both leveled up.
We are using each other.
Yes. No Diddy. Well, before I let you go, a few people have passed away since last time. I can't really say R.I.P. for this one, Africa Bambaataa.
You're gonna be mad at me. I've heard the name.
You're not a hip hop guy.
I'm not.
Right? You are not a hip hop guy at all. Vlad always cooks him on that point. He thinks he's some sort of hip hop historian or he knows anything. Bro, you don't know one of the founding fathers of hip hop. I know he turned out to be a grapist pedo, but like, come on, man. How do you not know, bro? Like, what are we doing
with
out
African
here?
Bambaataa. I've heard the name.
Just not a fucking hip hop.
No, just certain aspects.
This is like essentially the co-founder of hip hop, the godfather of hip hop.
You know what hip hop?
Planet Rock. Have you heard the song Planet Rock?
No. You know
my
what?
God.
You know when hip hop started?
You're from New York.
You know what? When hip hop started for me, motherfucking the Sugar Hill Gang and the Fat Boys.
This was around that time.
Well, I just missed them. I missed Bambaataa then.
Africa Bambaataa.
Yeah.
Oh, let me just play you his
Bro,
biggest song.
you're not a hip hop enthusiast if you don't know these things. You missed that thing. Yeah, you missed it. You're way older than me. I went back and I researched that thing. I researched all this shit. I researched all the old head, all the rappers that came prior. But you claim to be a hip hop enthusiast, a hip hop historian. Please, bruh, stop it.
Okay, I didn't know his name, but I know that.
Yeah.
I just didn't know his name.
Okay. The guy behind that song.
Yeah.
Africa Bambaataa.
Okay.
Right. The only thing is, though, he was allegedly also a child molester. A
Whoa.
gay child molester at that. I interviewed one of the guys, Hassan Campbell, who claimed that Africa Bambaataa molested him multiple times when he was like a teenager and so forth.
This is what how you really like. He's bugged out, and you realize how sick he really is. Especially when you think back. Now he has books, and in those black books, people you never think that you would ever even expect is in those books, butt ass naked. And when you look at those books, you actually looking at stair steps of the older generation before you in those books. And him catching all these guys at a young age.
Wow. There's also other people that came forward. There's a guy named Bee Stinger. I remember Lord Jamar talked about this particular situation. So this guy Bee Stinger was always with him. And then at one point, Bee Stinger accused him of molesting him. And Africa Bambaataa's answer was, I don't know who this guy is. And Jamar was like, you always saw these guys with each other. Like, wow, this is ridiculous.
And I don't know. We kind of brushed that under the rug and said, I don't see it.
All right, man. I'm fast forwarding this flat earther. I don't really care about the history of the pedo stuff. This is just filthy work. We're gonna get past this. We want to get to what's relevant to the content because this guy's a flat earther, man.
That's a lot. Immediately. There's no way that you did not know who Bee Stinger was.
Right. So there was like about 3 or 4 allegations. He was actually kicked out of lawsuits. I think there were some default lawsuits, and he ended up had to mixed history. Jay, I remember one called me. Playing. Jesse Jackson.
Okay.
Civil rights leader.
Yeah.
Marched with Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
In fact, I actually saw him talk at UC Berkeley, I think in 1992.
Yeah.
When I was going to school there. A very powerful speaker.
Yeah.
And just an incredible legacy.
Yeah.
One of the, I think he was the first black man to like seriously run for president.
Wait, what are we talking about right now, bro?
We don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care. Picked Obama. You needed the Huxtables, especially in New York, was running rampant. You know,
okay, I think that may be the end of the relevant content that I need to speak on as it pertains to the video that aged poorly due to Aries' contradictory rhetoric that pretty much destroyed himself, because everything he said applied to himself in this video, and it looks bad. It looks bad. The idiots that he was calling people yelling through the screen applied directly to him. It just looks very bad. Now, I gotta figure out what to do with this video. Vlad was talking about filing copyright strikes. He said to TikTok, but you know Vlad, you never know what this motherfuckers be doing with these copyrights on this platform. But at the end of the day, this is fair use. 100% fair use.
LT checked him. LT said,
The video I reacted to, the bulk of it was deleted, re-uploaded by Vlad, but a different version. I don't know what was different about the version, but it's a different version, so this should be protected by the fair use policy. And plus, I added a lot more content, including a reaction that has nothing to do with this. Well, not nothing to do, but just a completely different video. We should be good on the fair use.
In my face on multiple occasions that we are friends, but now all of a sudden, because I asked you for a bump in pay and that pissed you off, we're not friends.
Crying to me, and I'm not having that.
I'm not even witnessing this pathetic speech again. He went out incredibly sad, crying about not being friends, wanting to go back on the same show that he was crying about money. Oh, I need more money to come back. Ignoring the calls, ignoring the messages. And then when Vlad ethers him on his platform, now he's trying to return for free for a debate. Nah, we getting this nigga the fuck out of here. Aries, you went out sad, man. Stick to comedy. Just go up on interviews and tell jokes, do your impressions, do everything, because you're still funny. I don't like a lot of his political opinions and a lot of his opinions about our community, but he's funny. As a comedian, he does his job. He's funny. So I'm not gonna take that away from him at the end of the day. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Not many of you speaking. I don't know what's going on with the chat recently. Again! But shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody that hit that like button. Shout out to all the subscribers. Shout out to all the members. We have members only content right around the corner. Probably this. I'm gonna keep it a stack. This might be on members. Yeah, man. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. Make sure that you hype the videos. Hypes go a long way, chat. Hypes really help the video. Yeah, man.